A community is connections. We're committed to ensuring people stay connected to the services they need. That's why we're participating in the FCC's Affordable Connectivity Program. Go to allofiber.com.
Carpet and Tile, Denny's of North Platte,
ACP
BG&S Transmissions, and You Save Pharmacy.
And now the weather.
The following is a North Platte Post sports presentation. It's time for Bulldog Football on FM 98.1 and 1410 AM and live streaming video at NorthPlattePost.com. Bulldog Football brought to you by Shelter Insurance, the Shelter Boys, Pete Bowles and Brent Rogo, Dave's Place and CT Troubleshooters, Another Round in River's Edge Golf Course, Premier Toyota, and Sand Hills State Bank. Today's game also brought to you in part by Larry's Glass, the D&N Event Center, Great Plains Health, Great Plains Home Care, Larry's RV, Bill Summers Ford Honda Nissan, and the North Platte Public Schools. Now let's take you out to the field with play-by-play voice of the Dogs, Paxton Gordon, and color analyst Scott Carlson.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome into playoff football. North Platte High School taking on Creighton Prep in the first round of the district. Whoops, still got volleyball in my mind. Class A playoffs. The round of 16 is upon us. Number 12-seeded Creighton Prep taking on number 6-seeded North Platte High School. I'm Paxton Gordon, joined alongside me by my trusted colleague, Scott Carlson. Scotty C., third playoff game in a row, essentially, if you think about it. How excited are you for that to come about?
Hey, man, I tell you what, I, for lack of a better term, went through a lot of rough, bad seasons with Bulldog football. I've done this for a while, so it's been fun. I mean, I was telling someone just today, like, you know, I do, for lack of a better term, play-by-play for the fights and the mixed martial arts fights, MCF, and typically, you know, it was never an issue because we always have a November fight, and so I never, and I'm going to sound horribly mean here, but I never really had to worry about the Bulldogs playing in November. Mm-hmm. I mean, we were just, that's all there is to it. We were done. But now, hey, we're starting to be a regular appearer in the state playoffs, and it's a heck of a lot of fun.
It is a heck of a lot of fun, but you know what? This game's going to have a little bit of a different twist to it. I know Scott Carlson complained about how hot he was walking up here, and now it's chilly.
Welcome to Nebraska.
You dummy, you told me earlier today that it was going to be chilly.
Gosh, dang, man, we just started.
I mean the light sense, but this game's going to go back. It's going to feel so weird because we're going back to the beginning of the season with how football's going to be played. Two teams that are known for the power run game. Yep. Creighton Prep coming in with Jamar Brown, and then, of course, North Platte High School with Brock Robley and Colton Tilford. So you know it's going to be a battle between the two running teams, and that's something we haven't seen ever since Scottsbluff, where, hey, prompt to it, Bulldogs got their first victory.
Yeah, and we, I tell you what, we shut down the Bearcats running game out there in Scottsbluff. To my surprise, and to a lot of people's surprise, that was, I think, second game of the season for us.
Because that was the long Papillion game road trip from Scottsbluff the next week.
And so we were, you know, we weren't 100% sure the Papillion La Vista South game was scary for us. You know, luckily it wasn't a sign of things to come, but we thought it was. But then we got out to Scottsbluff, who, you know, had obviously had a great running game. Husker commits in the backfield and on the line, and the Bulldogs shut down that running game, got a win over number one in Class B.
I know.
And it's kind of gone uphill. They've stumbled in Kearney. They've stumbled a few times, but man, they're playing good when it matters, and that's right now.
And the good thing is, yes, we've talked about the 3 losses on the year. The Kearney game really stands out the most, but you can also say that's kind of an anomaly on the record, because normally in a North Platte loss, it's been actually rather close. Grand Island game, really close. Could have gone either which way. Yeah. Bulldogs just didn't play their best football. Papillion La Vista South, first game of the season, you really can't judge much on a first game. Both those teams really coming in with a lot of unknowns. Kurt Altig's first head coaching game, essentially. Yeah. And then the Kearney game being the aberration because that game was on track to be actually a Bulldog blowout if you just go by the first couple of minutes, because they were just running all over the Bearcats with ease, and it just looked like the defense was going to shut them down, and then 2 fumbles were the oddity. But overall, you have faith that even though you're seeing something like we're going back a few weeks and you've gotten accustomed to the passing game, how would that affect with a run-heavy style team? Yeah. Back in the back of your mind that they can still pull it off.
Yeah, well, of course, when you think about the Kearney game, that runs your face first into the butt of the elephant in the room, and that's turnovers.
Yep.
And you know what? That's not a problem that's completely gone away for the Bulldogs. And you and I were talking about it in the studio this morning. Like they've turned the ball over in some dang crucial times. Kearney, first 2 possessions in scoring position. I mean, on the 5-yard line on their first possession, and boom, turned it over.
The Norfolk game, back at their own 10, they just got a huge touchdown, and we're looking they got a huge stop against Norfolk, looking to continue the momentum. Yeah. Boom, turn it over inside their own 20.
And even scarier to me and I'm not trying to be negative here. I'm just being real. First, I'm a realist. Like
I've heard
Iggy Azalea. Yeah. So, but no, I mean, you got to worry about that, especially now in the postseason when it matters. And the scariest thing for me is that there've been a lot of unforced turnovers for the Bulldogs. It hasn't been a big hit, a helmet on a football, or rip and go. It's been poor center to quarterback exchanges, poor quarterback to running back exchanges.
It's really the pitches that have also been a big thing, and Coach will talk about it here right now in our head coach's interview. We'll take a quick little break. We come back. It is time for our Farmers Insurance coach's interview with Coach Kurt Altick, of course, brought to you in part by Stephen Rhodes, the Farmers Insurance Agent. Stephen Rhodes has the knowledge and experience to help you better understand your coverage options for auto, home, renters, business, and more. We come back right here, FM 98.1, AM 1410, and live streaming, NorthPlattePost.com.
Save money at the pump at Quick Stop with the DinoPay app. DinoPay offers contactless payment using your preferred debit or credit card. The savings add up with 12 cents per gallon and even more on Tuesdays and Thursdays with rollbacks for savings of 15 cents per gallon. Huge savings to Sinclair DinoPay, saving you at the pump. Don't forget Frazzle Gourmet Slushes and For Real Shakes and Smoothies. Gourmet coffee at everyday low prices on your favorite beers.
Quick Stop. Sandhills State Bank is a bank for Sandhillers. Families, entrepreneurs, teachers, nonprofits, farmers, nurses, contractors, ranchers, stylists, artists, retailers, professionals, outfitters, restaurateurs, mechanics. It takes all of us to make the Sandhills prosper, and Sandhills State Bank is here to help. Open an account today at sandhillstate.com/open or visit one of our 10 locations across the Sandhills to start growing the Sandhills together. Sandhills State Bank, member FDIC.
We all try to prepare for life's what-ifs, but what happens if those uncertainties become a reality? I'm Stephen Rhodes, and as your local Farmers Insurance Agent, I'm here for you. I can help you determine the coverage that fits your needs. When you have questions about insurance, turn to me, Stephen Rhodes, with Farmers Insurance. I'm proud to sponsor tonight's game. Go Bulldogs! Find me, Stephen Rhodes, at 102 North Dewey.
We are farmers. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
Whether you're a weekend warrior, youth, or professional athlete, the Great Plains Health Sports Medicine Team has you covered. The team includes orthopedic surgeons, athletic trainers, and other healthcare specialists who spend their time at local high school and college sporting events, ensuring that athletes stay as injury-free as possible. In the event of an injury, the team remains committed to returning athletes to competition as quickly and safely as possible.
Contact the Great Plains Health Sports Medicine Team by calling 308-568-7456.
This is the Bulldog Pregame Show from FM 98.1 and 1410 AM. Presented by Quick Stop. Always open right around the corner. Quick Stop.
Hey everybody, this is Paxton Gordon here on the Quick Stop Pregame Show, and it is time for our coach's interview sponsored by Farmers Insurance Agent Stephen Rhodes. Farmers Insurance Agent Stephen Rhodes has the knowledge and experience to help you better understand your coverage options for home, renters, auto, business, and more. Joined by head coach Kurt Altick. First season, how about you go to the playoffs for, I feel like, the third time in a row, if I remember correctly. How excited are you to finally be into the playoffs after a long, hard regular season?
You know, it was a great week for us. Something that we were looking forward to actually the whole season. I know first couple weeks we started off weren't our strongest, but as the weeks went on, we continued and got ourselves in good position, and we're looking forward to tonight, and hopefully we come out and play our brand of football, and it'll be an exciting night for us.
Took down Papillion La Vista on Friday. Was that quite a fun game all around? Some scary moments that I think you wanted to iron out before you get into playoff play. But overall, how'd you think that game went last Friday?
The first quarter we played pretty well. Next few quarters, defensively wise, we kind of got manhandled up front. And had guys doing stuff that they hadn't done basically since the first couple weeks. So got that ironed out. Creighton practice to come in. They bring some big, really solid linemen in, and we got to be able to do our job up front. If we can't do our job up front, it's going to kind of be like last week. It's going to be kind of a long night for us.
Another week, and I know you didn't want to hear it. Another week, another fumble, another turnover. You hate to see it. I believe that's every single game. There's been at least one ball hitting the turf, and as you said last week, as we get closer to playoffs, you don't want to see that happen because that could be the difference between packing your stuff up on Monday or getting back and going out and practicing on Monday.
Yeah, we've been harping on it for the last few weeks. Taking care of the football, and then on the other hand, defensively, actually securing a turnover. You can't live in negative in the turnover factor in every game, especially as you get into the playoffs where, it's not going to get any easier. It's only going to get harder, and you got to take advantage of everything and not give people advantages that they can take over you.
Now, you talked about in practice that you've put in some measures to help negate those fumbles, but really what difference do you see maybe in the game that's forcing those fumbles to come out? Is it more just along the lines of thinking maybe a little too ahead or just something else that we don't see?
It's not necessarily a ball security thing. Once we're running with the ball, it's more of, a few handoffs. We had a couple tosses that were dropped, and that was just more factors of guys looking at all the green grass in front of them and not watching in their hands. So that one's pretty easy. The other one, it's just a mesh thing with some of our veer handoffs, and coaches have done a good job. Offensive coaches have done a great job this week in the last few weeks of make sure we're right where we're supposed to be, and we have good pressure on the football. So when it's all said and done, they just got to go out and do how they've been and do what we've coached them to do, and we'll see if finally we can actually get through a game without trying to hurt ourselves.
Hey, and a great week to start that here in playoff action. Probably not where you wanted it to start off, but nonetheless, always a great start here. Creighton Prep coming into town. It's kind of weird because we're going from seeing such pass-happy football to now going back to basically Scotts Bluff, where they're majority run-heavy offense.
Yeah, we talked again. This is going to be possessions are premium and they're precious. So every time we have the football, we need to make sure that we, play our brand, march it down the field, grind the clock, because that's what they're going to try and do as well. I've seen some things on there that, over and unders of passes in this game could be under 10, and that, that's very possible because we're not going to come slinging around, and they're probably not. Our job is to march the ball on offense and then get them onto the sidelines on defense.
Defensively, how do you plan on stopping probably one of the better backs in the league in Shamar Brown?
Luckily we've seen some pretty good running backs this year. That kid from Papillion last week, he's probably one of the better running backs we've seen. Our job is just to rally to the football and make sure we have hats on the ball and bringing people down to the ground. And you know what, if we can do that, I like our chances.
We'll take a quick little break here on the Quick Stop pregame show. We come back, it's time for our Owls Lock and Safe keys to the game with head coach Kurt Altig.
Gosh, I am so hungry, but the game is on.
Well, you big lug, get off the couch and get to Dave's Place Pizza and Wings to watch and fill your massive belly.
Well, why didn't I think of that?
Well, just go to Dave's Place.
Dave's Place at 1510 East 4th is the quintessential place to watch the game and fill your belly. Massive or not, pizzas, wings, calzones, and even great meals for the kiddos. Daily specials, too. Call in an order at 532-3922 or order online at davesplacenp.com. DoorDash available too.
Not sure where to find your students' grades? How about events or news about your student's school? Well, at North Platte Public Schools, we have an app for that. Downloading the app is free and easy. Simply visit your app store and search for North Platte School District. Once it's downloaded, you can adjust the settings to meet your needs. Next time you need to know what's on the lunch menu or review the school announcements, remember, we have an app for that. We are MPPS. Come grow with us.
Napa know how.
Fall is in the air. Make sure you're ready for the upcoming weather with Anderson & Sons Napa. They carry a full line of snowblowers and the brands you know and trust. Stop in and see their line from Husqvarna and Toro. With all different sizes, they will help you find the one that's right for you. Don't need a new snowblower? No worries. Bring in your current snowblower and have it serviced. Anderson & Sons Napa on the corner of 4th and Cottonwood.
Napa know-how.
You make sure to keep the kids up on their school physicals each year, so don't forget about their eye exams. Start the year off right with an eye exam at Clear Focus Eye Care. Dr. Aaron and Jo Beth Halling are great with kids and will help them feel comfortable while getting their eye exam. Clear Focus Eye Care even has a wide selection of frames for your kids to choose from. Schedule eye exams for your family today with Clear Focus Eye Care, 1225 South Poplar, North Platte.
This is the Bulldog Pregame Show from FM 98.1 and 1410 AM. Presented by Quick Stop. Always open right around the corner. Quick Stop.
Hey everybody, this is Paxton Gordon here on the Quick Stop Pregame Show. It's now time for our Owls Walk and Save keys to the game, securing North Platte and the surrounding areas for over 50 years. Not going to be much passing, so we don't know, no big focus secondarily wise, but defensively as a whole, what's that big game plan to negate the runs and maybe force Creighton Prep to get out of their comfort zone?
You know, our game plan is going to be very similar to what it has been the last few weeks. Got to play tough up front. You know, it's going to be a long night if we can't get our front to take on those double teams and do the things they did for so many weeks. And you know, our job is to take away those running backs and make them try to throw it over the top. You know, because teams that come out and run the ball a lot aren't necessarily the greatest passers of the ball either. But, you know, play tough, rally to the football, make them throw it to try and beat us.
And then offensively, still sticking nose to the grindstone Bulldog way?
Yep, it's just we're going to play our brand of football. We got 5 plays. We're going to run them. You know, we'll get lined up, see what they give us. And if, you know, they want to stack everybody on the outside, we'll hand it to Brock 35 times. If they want to bring guys inside to stop him, then we're going to toss it outside and run our outside game with Brower and Tilford.
Going to be one of the colder games of the year at night. What kind of maybe advantage and disadvantage does that bring into the game?
You know, it's more of a disadvantage for the guys that don't play a lot, stand on the sidelines, and the coaches. But you know, the guys that play all the time, they'll be just fine. It shouldn't matter too much. It's always a good thing to be when it's cold out and you're still playing football, because now you're in the playoffs.
Bulldogs taking on the Junior Jays here today. Coach, again, thank you so much for stopping by. Good luck out there. Can't wait to hopefully see you here next week taking on another team in the playoffs.
Absolutely. Thank you very much.
We're always open right around the corner. Quick Stop.
Save money at the pump at Quick Stop with the Dino Pay app. Dino Pay offers contactless payment using your preferred debit or credit card. The savings add up with 12 cents per gallon and even more on Tuesdays and Thursdays with rollbacks for savings of 15 cents per gallon. Huge savings. The Sinclair Dino Pay saving you at the pump. Don't forget Frazzle Gourmet slushes and for real shakes and smoothies. Gourmet coffee at everyday low prices on your favorite beers.
Quick Stop.
Sandhill State Bank is a bank for Sandhillers. Families, entrepreneurs, teachers, nonprofits, farmers, nurses, contractors, ranchers, stylists, artists, retailers, professionals, outfitters, restaurateurs, mechanics. It takes all of us to make the Sandhills prosper, and Sandhill State Bank is here to help. Open an account today at sandhillstate.com/open or visit one of our 10 locations across the Sandhills to start growing the Sandhills together. Sandhill State Bank, member FDIC.
We all try to prepare for life's what-ifs, but what happens if those uncertainties become a reality? I'm Stephen Rhodes, and as your local farmer's insurance agent, I'm here for you. I can help you determine the coverage that fits your needs. When you have questions about insurance, turn to me, Stephen Rhodes, with Farmers Insurance. I'm proud to sponsor tonight's game. Go Bulldogs! Find me, Stephen Rhodes, at 102 North Dewey.
We are farmers. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
Whether you're a weekend warrior, youth, or professional athlete, the Great Plains Health Sports Medicine Team has you covered. The team includes orthopedic surgeons, athletic trainers, and other healthcare specialists who spend their time at local high school and college sporting events, ensuring that athletes stay as injury-free as possible. In the event of an injury, the team remains committed to returning athletes to competition as quickly and safely as possible.
Contact the Great Plains Health Sports Medicine Team by calling 308-568-7456.
It's the Quick Stop pregame show. We'll get you back to Bauer Field with Paxton and Scott here momentarily. Let's go around the area with high school football. We'll start with the playoffs in 8-man ball. Yesterday, games played, and the seeding is out for the second round or the reseed of the playoffs. They go east and west in the first round. That way, travel's not quite so bad. So the 16 teams in the west take on each other, and then the 16 teams in the east play each other. And then after we know those winners, they reseed the entire state, and we go everywhere. Let's start with the number one team in the state in Class D1. It's not just by rankings, it's by wild card points. North Platte St. Pat's the top team in the state, and they will host Sandy Creek. Sandy Creek, who upset Sandhills Valley yesterday. That game will be in North Platte at Irish Field coming up, Knights Columbus Field rather, next Friday night. Also in D1, Highline will be at Elmwood Murdoch. Neely Oakdale will host Heartland. Riverside will host Summerland. It will be Ravenna at Stanton. Thayer Central hosting Nebraska Christian. Crofton at Clarkson Lee, and then Weeping Water will be at Laurel Concord. Yeah, just one local team still in it in Class D1, and it's North Platte St. Pat's, the top team in the state. Again, they'll play Sandy Creek next Friday night in North Platte. All right, so let's look at Class D2. Their playoffs were yesterday as well. Same deal. This is the reseed, so these will be the matchups for next week. Do have a few teams from the greater listening area that are in D2 and will play next week. The top team in the state will be Howells Dodge. They're the number one seed. And South Loop from Arnold and Callaway. The Bobcats will head to Howells Dodge next Friday to take on the number one team in the state. Dundee County Stratton, they're 7-1 on the year. Their only loss to undefeated Hitchcock County. DCS will host Johnson Brock. That's a heck of a trip. That's got to be 5 or 6 hours for Johnson Brock to Binkelman next Friday night. Sandhills Thedford, they're the 5 seed. They will host Central Valley. I believe that's even a rematch from this year next week. BDS hosting Lawrence Nelson. Also in D2 for the playoffs next week. Wynot will host Twin Loop. Bloomfield will host Osceola. Ainsworth, their first playoff win ever yesterday, and they will host Elm Creek in the next round next week. And then the number 2 team in the state and the number 2 seed in Class D2 will be the Hitchcock County Falcons, and that game will be in Trenton next Friday night as they will host Humphrey St. Francis, and that's again got to be about a 6-hour trip for that ball game next week. So that kind of sets the field for D1 and D2 playoffs next week. Everybody else will get underway with the playoffs next Friday night as well. But let's look at regular season finale set for tonight in the 11-man classes and 6-man that'll finish up tonight. Here we go. All right, Class A. Of course, this is the game we'll have here on FM 98.1, 1410 AM, and you can watch at NorthPlattePost.com here momentarily. North Platte hosting Papillion La Vista. A win tonight should keep North Platte at home to begin the playoffs next week. A loss would be a bubble for the most part and would likely be an 8 or a 9 seed. If they are a 9, they'll be on the road next week. So here's to a North Platte win tonight. Wink, wink. Class C1, Menden is going to be at Cozad tonight. Gothenburg hosting Broken Bow in Class C1. C2, Chase County is hosting Valentine. Hershey will be at home tonight against Amherst. I skipped around a little bit there. Let's go back to C1 here quickly. Shadron at McCook, and then Ogallala will host Holdridge in Class C1 tonight as well. Then let's finish up. Let's look at 6-man, all the 8-man games done. We previewed those playoff opponents for next week. Class 6-man, South Platte will host Potter Dix. That's going to be a tough one for the Blue Knights tonight, but best of luck this evening against Potter Dix. Juanita Palisade taking on Brady in Juanita tonight. Wallace is at Arthur County this afternoon. Probably should have a score update. You should have a score update here momentarily on that game from earlier today. And then Creek Valley is at Garden County in 6-man tonight as well. So there you go. We've set the stage for the 8-man playoffs next week. We know who everybody's going to be playing. Now we're going to find out who wins tonight. The 11-man playoffs, 6-man playoffs all begin next week. I'm Derek Beck. Enjoy tonight's game. We'll go back to Bauer Field with Scott and Paxton next on the Quick Stop pregame show from FM 98.1 and 1410 AM.
Thanks for listening to the Quick Stop pregame show. They have 27 locations open 24 hours a day. Quick Stop. Game time is just moments away on FM 98.1.
Now has never been a better time to get a jump start on your educational goals. Mid-Plains Community College has numerous educational opportunities to help you succeed. Whether you're looking to enhance your skills or just learn something new, MPCC.
Go Dogs from Swift Auto Center of North Platte as you listen on KWOQ North Platte 1410 AM and FM 98.1.
North Platte Post Sports.
Welcome back here to Bauer Field here at the finishing of the Quick Stop pregame show. It is time for our Midwest Cycle and ATV player in the group. So I got a little caught up there. It's going to start, of course, as always, with the Brock Robley monster himself. Scott, in the last couple of games, he's been in the groove.
Yeah, I tell you what, man, and Brock Robley is the guy that, I think kind of dictates what kind of game it's going to be for the Bulldogs. If we've seen it, if Brock get going, not only is that good for the Bulldogs because he's a producer, but it also opens up opportunities for Colton Tilford, for Mr. Brower.
There you go. Hayden Brower.
Yeah, hey, I was just talking to one of my buddies. He's like, man, our favorite player, him and his sons, is Brower, because he said he doesn't touch the ball a lot, but when he does, he gets like 12 yards.
That's right.
Like one time, we've been seeing Brower touch the ball a little bit more consistently, though. And he's kind of one of those guys Coach uses opportunistically, and he's a good one, man.
He really is, and that's been somebody else that I probably could have been a good candidate for. Midwest ATV player in the groove. Farmers and ranchers, now is the time to get your ATVs and UTVs serviced with Midwest Cycle and ATV. It is now time for a quick rundown of the Double Dips Ice Creamery starting lineup. Double Dips Ice Creamery, a historic canteen district in North Platte, offers 24 plus different flavors of hand-dipped ice cream served in a variety of ways with homemade waffle cones and bowls, along with homemade fudge and freshly baked desserts. It's time to start with the Creighton Prep Junior Jays at wide receiver Pierce Johnson, 175-pound senior. Chamar Brown, the star running back for this team, 200-pound senior. And then starting at quarterback, I believe it's going to be Dean Donaldson today, the 190-pound junior, with John Pargo, the wide receiver. Jacob Brandel, the center, with Cole Jarrett at offensive guard, Sam Sledge at outside tackle, Christian Lewis, another one of the guards, and Trevor Rhodes at tackle. Then starting tight end, Michael Burt for the side of the junior. J. Scott Carlson, as you always do, take it away with the Bulldogs side of the starting lineup.
All right, if my button would push there. Hey, here we go, Paxton, your starting lineup that we've become familiar with, and it doesn't matter whether you're talking offense or defense. This is your starting lineup for the most part. Colton Tilford, the 175-pound senior wide-out defensive back. He does it all. He is a weapon. Omaha Westside coaching staff called him the toughest player they saw all year, and that's saying something, playing in the Metro Conference. Caden Johnson, the quarterback, 170-pound sophomore. That's right, 2 more years of Caden Johnson after this, and we've only seen him improve throughout the season. Trevor Chrisman, the 165-pound senior wide receiver defensive back. Jackson Creel, also a senior, 155 pounds, a running back and defensive back. A running back and defensive back, Xavier Albertson. Caleb Kincaid, the 220-pound senior, he's active on defense. You'll hear his name a lot tonight. Number 8, Eli Broman, the 175-pound sophomore back and linebacker. Now for the meat, Hayden Brower, 170-pound senior. We just talked about him. The workhorse, Brock Robley, 195-pound senior, the running back for the Bulldogs. Harley Yenny, Logan Chitty, Alex Grove, Peyton Dimmitt, and Drake Ferris making up the trenches.
Up to kick now for the side, Ford Hamilton on the side of the junior. J. Scott Carlson, are you ready for some playoff football?
Let's do it.
Because it is underway here at Bauer Field with the cannon going off, and that goes clear into the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bulldogs starting off yet again with the ball first on the scene. it's going to be a fun one. Now, I talked with head coach Kurt Altig earlier about this defense and the line. Same story it's been all so many times. Big up front, and the Bulldogs have to find a way to get powered through it.
We'd like to thank the sponsor of the first quarter for the Boneyard tonight, Hirschfeld and the Prom Shop, for getting in the Boneyard into the game.
Up the middle, they go with the first run to Brock Robley. A 5-yard gain to start for North Platte. 5 yards.
Number 4, Keeney.
First on the scene for the side of the Blue Jays. That's going to be Nicholas Keeney, and now it's 2nd down and 5 for North Platte. So get ready to rock and roll here with Brock Robley up on the scene at a timeout. Officials timed down at the moment as a score clock.
That same problem with the scoreboard we had last week, too, where it just starts flashing.
Uh-oh, you don't like to...
No.
Don't like to hear that, as actually they're talking with the sideline official and the whole shebang getting reset back up. They're on their side as we're getting ready to rock and roll between these two teams. Starting early. Scott Carlson, nothing really going to go unafraid here to start playoff play. It's officially now 2nd down and about 4 yards to go for North Platte. Again, Robley right behind Caden Johnson. Motion comes Brower. Robley tried to go up the middle, but he is instantly stuffed at the line of scrimmage. There on the scene for the side of the Junior Jays is going to be Sam Sledge. That might not be a gain.
Right. Obviously, you watch a lot of video. There's a lot of video on the Bulldogs this late in the season. A lot of video on everybody, but they know Brock Robley, the man. They're focused. You can see him stack in that middle. But you know what that means? Watch out for Colton Tilford.
Zone defense already being put in place for the side of the Junior Jays. Johnson under center. Brower was in motion. Johnson pitches to Tilford. He's going to cut upfield. He's going to instantly stop right again at the line of scrimmage. Their first on the scene was going to be Pierce Johnson for the side of Creighton Prep. And with that, we're already to a 3-and-out. Scratch that. And the Bulldogs not getting the start that they were looking for here on the first drive.
Yeah, definitely not how you wanted to start. Obviously, you're like we said, your confidence, and I think the pace of the Bulldogs is set a lot of times by Brock Robley. The Jays shut him down there.
They did. They shut down both Robley and Tilford. The kick coming up from Colton Tilford's a wobbler. That's going to fall out of bounds at around the 43-yard line, maybe 44 to start off for the Junior Jays. And with that, we'll take a break and come back to more action here on FM 98.1, AM 1410, and live streaming NorthPlattePost.com.
Gosh, I am so hungry, but the game is on.
Well, you big lump. Get off the couch and get to Dave's Place Pizza and Wings to watch and fill your massive belly.
Well, why didn't I think of that?
Well, just go to Dave's Place.
Dave's Place at 1510 East 4th is the quintessential place to watch the game and
not sure
North Platte Post Sports.
Here we go. First series of the day for the Jays is in at starting quarterback, Sam Stessman. Again, Stessman, the quarterback, can hand off the middle to Brown. Brown cutting forward. He'll be finally brought down at around the 50-yard line. That's going to be a pickup of 7 yards for Jamar Brown, the star running back for this team, making it a short 2nd down and a maybe 3.5.
Yeah, I'll tell you, Brown, the name you and I were throwing around in the studio this morning, he's going to be a handful for the Bulldogs. They got to get disruptive in that backfield.
First up, actually at quarterback now, Tony Caniglio. The pitch out to Brown, but there's a flag on the play. Looks like a false start on the side of the Junior Jays. It is a false start, so it's not Stensman, Vendrell, or Donaldson. It's actually going to be Tony Caniglio.
Yeah. There we go.
It's a rotation at quarterback we've seen all season from the side of the Junior Jays. They've played many different types of quarterbacks, but the identity has stayed the same with Brown running the football, power offense up the middle from him. So it was actually a second down, and a good solid 3 is now 2nd and 9. Pistol formation for the Jays. Trips bunch formation at the tight end position with Pierce Johnson to the far side. Brown in at running back. Caniglio hands it off. Brown up the middle he goes. Got some speed. He's going to bounce it out to the outside, and he'll get to around the 50-yard line. So that's a pickup of about 5, maybe 6. He'll get to the 51. So that's a pickup now of actually 7, correction.
Big opportunity to get a stop here for the Bulldogs.
3rd and a long 2 for the Junior Jays. Again, number 12 seed taking on the 6 seed. Trips formation out to the far side. One wide receiver to the near side. Caniglio steps back, looking to throw. Still looking. He's rolling to his right. He's going to step up in the pocket, and he'll run for a first down.
Nice play by Caniglio. Good patience sitting there. Went through his checkoffs and good coverage downfield by the Bulldogs, but got the first down.
That's a pickup of 4 on the play. And with that, first down and 10 for the side of Creighton Prep, who are on a little bit of a nice running trend. Again, head coach Kurt Altig talked about how big this offensive line was, and it's showing right here. Full house package here for the side of the Jays. New quarterback in, Ezra Vendrell. Vendrell running it up the middle. He goes in the Wildcat. Has some speed. Ball's on the floor. Ball is on the floor. Do the Bulldogs have it?
Okay, Prep got it back.
I think one of the Creighton Prep offensive linemen picked it up. Oh, that's a close one, but there's a run from Ezra Vendrell. Again, the rotation of quarterbacks keeping the Bulldogs looking. And with that, about a pickup of 6 yards from Vendrell. 2nd down and 4 to go. 2nd and 4 now, still in at quarterback, Ezra Vendrell. In the backfield, Brown. Power full house package for Creighton Prep. Vendrell gets the snap. Brown up the middle he goes, stutter stepping and moving his way forward, breaking through some tackles, and he might get enough for the first down. He will get more than enough for the first down.
Yep.
Pickup of about 5 on that run coming in from Jamar Brown, and with that, another first down for the Junior Jays.
Kind of what you've seen Brown do, get those 5-6 yard per carry averages, and it just kills you moving the chains on the Bulldogs.
Back in at quarterback now, Caniglio. Under center he goes in the single line formation. 1 wide receiver to the far side, 1 to the near side. Caniglio under center. The pitch on out to Brown. Brown cutting upfield now. Good, strong open field tackle from Caleb Kincaid. I don't know how many that's going to be. A good, strong little pickup of 4 yards from Jamar Brown.
Gain of 5 on the play.
And with that, now 2nd and 5 following the run. As we're getting ready, maybe another quarterback situation, trying to see Caniglio still on the field. Power I formation, 2 wide receivers, 1 to the far side, 1 to the near side. Burt in at tight end on the far side. Caniglio gets the snap. Brown going to stutter step forward, cut up field now, and he'll fall forward close to the first down marker. Man, he's about a half yard short. Pickup of 4 from Charmar Brown, and with that, 3rd down and a 1.
Fox makes the tackle. Gain of 4. That brings up a 3rd down, 1 yard to go.
3rd and 1 for the Junior Jays out of Creighton Prep.
Yeah, we've seen the Dogs last couple of weeks do a pretty good job of getting the push on the defensive line, but man, tonight Creighton kind of pushing up on them, letting Brown get those gains he needs.
Again, Creighton a very strong front 5 for their offensive line. 3rd down and 1. Brown up the middle, he'll stutter step and try to push his way forward. It'll be close. He'll get 3 yards on that carry, enough for the first down from Charmar Brown. And with that, 1st down and 10 with Caleb Kincaid first on the scene with Xavier Albertson as well.
Ooh, gotta find an answer to Brown here. This is again the Dogs start off. They take the ball opening possession because they're confident they can score. They did not, 3 and out, and the Jays moving the ball. Dogs needed that turnover.
That's what you wanted. Power I formation yet again with Caniglio in at the quarterback. 2 wide receivers. Caniglio going to hand it up the middle. That one first picked up by George Egan.
Number 44, Egan.
With that, Egan might have picked up 3 on the carry. His first run of the game. Another short, second and a medium 7, maybe 8. We'll have to see is checking now in Pierce Johnson. Those guys talked about how the Bulldogs have gotten really good pressure up front the last couple of weeks. Their running attack, their run-stopping attack kind of took in a little bit of a hit as well.
Yep, definitely. Got to, like I said, get disruptive in the backfield. Don't let Brown get his feet under him.
Trips formation to the right side of the tackle. Caniglio pitches it to Brown. He has some open daylight, bounces it to the outside, and he'll lean forward. He'll get enough for the first down. Jarmar Brown getting maybe 8 yards on the carry, and that will be enough for the first down. Junior Jays in the red zone for the first time today, but not, they are going to be first and goal at the exactly 10-yard line for Creighton Prep. Had their bus break down today. A couple of their buses break down today, but they're coming ready to play. Single line formation for Tony Caniglio with Brown in at the running back. The pitch on out to Jarmar Brown. Cuts upfield, flag on the play for holding, and Brown will lead forward. He'll get to about the 4-yard line, but that'll go back after a couple of holds on the far side of the field. So back will go Creighton Prep. Bulldogs catching a little bit of a break here towards the back half of this drive.
Yeah, the hold I definitely saw. I think it was number 71, but I can't see.
Stephen Avalos Jr. is who Scott might have saw on the hold.
Holding against Creighton Prep.
Yeah, 71. That's it. I couldn't tell for sure if that was a 1 because of the way he was standing, but indeed.
So now we're sitting at a first and goal at the 18-yard line for Creighton Prep. 5:13 left to go here in the first quarter of Class A playoffs. 12 seed taking on the 6 seed. Caniglio hands up to the middle of the speed back. That one's going to be Caden Russell. Russell breaks through one tackle, and he'll get to the 13-yard line.
Brock Robley was there, just what we need, that disruptiveness in the backfield. Had a chance, but came off the ankles of Brown.
That's a gain of 6 for Caden Russell. So it's second and goal from the 12 now for the Junior Jays. They're driving here in their first possession. Tony Caniglio still in at quarterback. To the far side, one wide receiver. To the near side, that's going to be Ed Hubner. To the near side, Zach McGleary. The pitch on out. Up the middle, they go with their fullback. That's George Egan. Egan powering his way forward. That's a pretty sizable pickup. Going from the 12 to the 4-yard line, a pickup of 8 for the fullback.
Yeah, dog's bid on the fake toss. That whole defense, it was like when Korn comes out on stage at a Korn concert. Everyone shifts forward. That whole dog's defense shifted left in one swift motion and opened up that middle.
4:03 left to go here in the first quarter. Nothing is the score. It's still in that quarterback. Checking now in, Ezra Vedral. Vedral with Brown in the full house package. Vedral gets a snap. Running out to his left side. Flag on the play, another false start. The third false start of this drive for Creighton Prep. And what would have been an advantageous position for them at the 4-yard line, going to take them back a little bit more. So that's another big break.
That's big
for North Platte.
Vedral was keeping it, and he had a wide open lane to the end zone there on that.
And now they're throwing in the passing quarterback, Dean Donaldson at quarterback. I believe that's Dean Donaldson. He'll scratch that, still Caniglio out there on the field. Looked like a 1 next to the 5, but Caniglio in the shotgun with 3 wide receivers. Brown next to him, stepping back. Caniglio looking, going towards the end zone for the floater. That is a no-good pass, incomplete from Caniglio. And with that, the Junior Jays will have to punt here on their opening possession. Correction, field goal, my bad.
Be a heck of a pooch. Yeah, no, it's, tell you what, that's a big stand right there for the Bulldogs because the Jays were moving that ball down the field that entire drive. And a good stop when it mattered most for the Bulldogs.
But it was helped by a penalty.
Right, definitely. A couple penalties.
Couple of huge penalties on the side of the Junior Jays, with up now to kick being Ford Hamilton to give Creighton Prep the lead. The snap. The kick is up. It's going, and it's going to go through the uprights. Good. It is now a 3-0 game here from Bauer Field. Creighton Prep leading North Platte High School here in Class A playoff football. We can come back right here, FM 98.1, AM 1410, and live streaming NorthPlattePost.com.
Now has never been a better time to get a jump start on your educational goals. Mid-Plains Community College has numerous educational opportunities to help you succeed. Whether you're looking to enhance your skills or just learn something new, MPCC can help you transform your future. The application for spring semester is now open. Schedule an appointment with an advisor today by calling 800-658-4308 or visit our website at mpcc.edu.
At Allo, we think you deserve the fiber things in life, like binging your favorite TV shows and movies buffer-free, next level, lag-free gaming, and video calls without frozen faces. So say goodbye to lag and buffering, and hello to
North Platte Post Sports.
Welcome back here to Bauer Field. Bulldogs at the moment trailing 3-0 to the Creighton Prep Junior Jays, and it was quite an impressive drive from Creighton Prep, just unfortunately running all over North Platte. As I get ready for Scott
definitely, man. I tell you, they moved the ball on us. That's not what I wanted to see, but Dogs hold them to 3 points, so a win there for the defense.
Another absolute boomer from Ford Hamilton out the back of the end zone. So with that, the Bulldogs will start at their own 20-yard line for their second possession of the football game. They had a quick 3-and-out to start the game, Scott Carlson, with 2:59 left. Going to need to maybe get some momentum on their side after a rough defensive stint.
Not only, I think, for points, but I think for confidence. That was a quick 3-and-out that Prep put up against the Bulldogs last possession. So I think for confidence and obviously points on the board, but confidence more than anything.
Landon O'Brien to the near side, Brock Robley right behind Caden Johnson. Tilford comes in motion. The pitch to Robley. Robley up the middle, breaks through one tackle in the open field. Still going, and he will finally lead brought down at the 35-yard line.
Ripping that ball.
The Brock Robley monster machine getting rolling with a 15-yard pickup. That's a first down for North Platte.
Yeah, pretty clear that the coaching staff from the Blue Jays saw something in the way Robley carried the ball, because that's about the fourth time I've seen him really grab onto that ball and rip. Obviously, you'd want to do it all the time, but they saw something. That's planned, I think.
Robley has yet to fumble from an exchange. He's fumbled with a couple exchanges, but has yet to get a fumble forced upon him. Strong hands all season. First down and 10 at the 36. The pitch, the reverse sweep on over to Howard going to try to pitch it to the outside, and he'll stumble and fall back behind the line of scrimmage. Hayden Bauer.
That was hard work for a loss of one right there. Oofta.
Loses 1 yard on the play. It looked good initially for North Platte, and then unfortunately the Junior Jays just collapsed on the outside, 2nd and 11. Junior Jays running a zone-heavy approach today, and that's going to limit really a lot of the outside running, so it's going to be up to Brock Robley to do a good chunk of his work inside to force the Junior Jays to man. The pitch out to Tilford. Tilford trying to bounce to the outside. Breaks through one tackle. Skips around. He's going to have some open daylight at the 40, and he'll fall forward to around the 42-yard line.
Nothing into something.
That's right, a scary situation as the Bulldogs really looked like they weren't going to get anything on that run to the outside, but Colton Tilford worked his magic, and he got a good, strong pickup of about 6.
Pierce Johnson had him stuck for another loss, and just great moves and strength by Colton Tilford.
3rd down and 3 to go for North Platte. It's going to be a long 3. Actually, correction, 4 following the 6-yard pickup. So it's 3rd down and 6. Excuse me, 3rd down and 4. Got to get my numbers all right here. Johnson under center. Robley off the left side, has some daylight. He stumbles forward. Did he get? He's really close to that first down marker. He's basically there, but they're going to say maybe a millimeter short. A pickup of 3 3/4. It's now 4th down and 1 for North Platte. They're going for it at their own 46-yard line. A bold move already here in this game.
Might try to get him to jump.
That's a good point. If unsuccessful, no, that'll give Creighton Prep great field position. 36 seconds left to go here in the first quarter. A 3-0 Creighton Prep lead. Johnson under center with Brock Robley right behind him. Motion. Robley up the middle. He gets stuffed, and he can't get to the line. And with that, a turnover on downs for North Platte. They say, the officials, that the Bulldogs didn't get forward momentum to the first down marker. And with that, that's a turnover.
Okay.
That is
super I tell
close.
you that for that third down spot. I mean, obviously the Dogs left it in the hands of the officials, but boy, that was a tough spot on third down, and just great defense there by the Blue Jays on fourth down.
So with that turnover, the Blue Jays will now start at the 45-yard line of North Platte. Excellent field position for them. And they, remember, last time out, drove on the Bulldogs. Looking to commit it again. We have 7 seconds left to go here before the end of the first quarter. Caniglio in the shotgun, rolling to his right now, looking to throw, throw it to the check down man. I believe that is Pierce Johnson. He'll stumble his way forward, and he'll get 11 yards. And with that, a first down for the side of Creighton Prep. That's their first completion for 11 yards, which will probably do it for the half. If I remember correctly, or the quarter, excuse me. And they're going on over to the sideline. And with that, that'll do it for quarter number one. Bulldogs trailing 3-0 to the Junior Jays. When we come back right here, FM 98.1, AM 1410, and live streaming NorthPlattePost.com.
Your health is nothing to fool with. That's why when supplies are important, you should trust no one but the best. Great Plains Home Care Equipment features full home care outfits. All of the items you or your loved one will need for rehabilitation, including oxygen and respiratory equipment, whether it's for staying at home or for moving around. Great Plains Home Care Equipment, 600 East Francis Street, Suite 6 in North Platte.
Your health is our mission. Great Plains Health.
This fall, you're really going to be thanking Grandpa Gus as you get your RVs, boats, tractors, cabins, homes, airplanes, and shops ready for winter. Keep warmth-seeking damaging mice out. Grandpa Gus is a potent mouse repellent that comes in 10
North Platte Post Sports.
Welcome back here to Bauer Field. Bulldogs trailing Creighton Prep 3-0. The Junior Jays have the football at the Bulldogs' 45-yard line. They scored on a field goal in their first possession, looking to replicate that here.
Come on.
35-yard line, 10-yard pickup from Pierce Johnson on the pass, and they'll look to commit more. Caniglio to Brown, up the middle. He is stuffed immediately at the line of scrimmage. Jarmar Brown got nothing on that carry. Perfect. Now it's 2nd down and 10 for the Junior Jays.
Yeah, much better job of filling the holes there, not letting Brown find one. He's a good running back. He's got good vision. He's going to find the holes. The Dogs have been struggling to fill them, but a great play there.
Shotgun formation. 4 wide receivers on the field. 2 to the far side, 2 to the near side. Brown in at running back next to Tony Caniglio. Caniglio looking for the snap, and he'll look toward the sideline for an adjustment. Calls for a play adjustment. Jarmar Brown goes back in the pistol now formation. Caniglio to Brown. Up the middle. He's going to break through one tackle and another and be spun down after what looks like a pickup of 4.
Good opportunity here.
From Jarmar Brown, it's 3rd down and 6 for the side of Creighton Prep. Drove very mightily in the first possession, but so far here, Bulldogs putting up a little bit stouter of a defense.
Yeah, obviously Coach Altig and his staff making an adjustment there at the end of the first quarter because the Dogs' defense having a much better time with the run game here so far.
10:46 left to go here in quarter number 2. Bulldogs trailing 3-0 in round 1 of Class A playoff football. Winner advances on to the next round. Loser has their season officially ended. And then it looks like they're going to have a timeout called on the side of the Junior Jays. Something they didn't like on the field. So with that, we'll also take a timeout right here on FM 98.1, AM 1410, and live streaming NorthPlattePost.com. And thank you again to our premier sponsors for today. Another round / Rivers Edge Golf Course. After your golf game, swing into another round for some amazing food and drinks.
Want your business recognized where tens of thousands will see? The DNN Event Center is going digital. Become a valued sponsor of their nonprofit facility at gold, platinum, or diamond level and have your business appear on one of their new media screens today. The DNN is a locally owned nonprofit and the biggest event center in the western part of Nebraska, providing youth sports leagues for 3rd through 6th graders, able to host statewide sporting tournaments, space up to 70 pool tables, annual events, weddings, private celebrations, and very fundraiser friendly. The DNN Event Center. Are you in the market for a new or pre-owned car, truck, or SUV? Look no further than Bill Summers Ford, Honda, Nissan, Lincoln for your next vehicle. Look online 24/7 at BillSummers.com. Bill Summers is Western Nebraska's leasing headquarters.
North Platte Post Sports.
Welcome back, everybody, here to Bauer Field. 3rd down and a long 6 for Creighton Prep. Trips formation to the near side with one wide receiver to the far side for Caniglio. The pitch, it's a reverse. That's going to go to Russell. Russell has some daylight. Upfield he goes, and he's brought down at the 10-yard line. Huge trickery on the side of Creighton Prep. They faked the pitch out to Charmar Brown, pitched it on over to Caden Russell, and that's a massive pickup on the side of the Junior Jays of 21 yards, and with that, a 1st down and goal.
Man, second time the Dogs have bit hard on that fake pitch, and it's cost them.
1st and goal at the 10-yard line. In the single eye formation, Caniglio under center. 2 wide receivers on the field. Caniglio hands it off to Brown, who cuts upfield, tries to spin his way forward, and he'll fall down after a pickup of 5 for Charmar Brown. With that, 2nd and goal at the 5. 95 total rushing yards already here in the first half for the Junior Jays. And a total of 11 passing yards as well. 9:25 left to go. It's a 3-0 lead for Creighton Prep. Single eye formation with in-at quarterback now being Ezra Vedral. Vedral under center, gets the snap. He's going to keep it. Actually, going to hand it on up. That
nice
one's
play
to George Egan. Egan maybe got 1. And we'll say he picked up 2. So with that, Matt Musselman on the tackle. It's now 3rd and goal at the 3-yard line for the Junior Jays, threatening to score yet again.
Yeah, Musselman, we're calling his name a few times last week, too. Great job there on the run D.
So here's a big 3rd down stop for the Bulldogs.
So you can hold them again.
At their own 3. In the pistol, Vedral. Actually now in the full house package. Vedral gets the snap. It's a low one. He runs up the middle into his own lineman. And with that, a pickup of 1. Actually, we'll say 2. It's 4th down and goal at the 1-yard line. Scott Carlson, I know Creighton Prep already has a 3-0 lead. Will they go for it here?
Yeah, my guess is they're going to go for it.
It's looking like they are going for
They've not had a hard time getting a couple yards. That's all they need.
Vedral in yet again at quarterback in the full house package. They have a lineman in at tight end, number 66, Sam Sledge, in the full house package. Vedral gets the snap, hand it off. Brown stopped.
Yes.
He's going to run. And he'll
the
sneak into
effort.
the end zone on the second effort. Charmar Brown with the 1-yard TD run on the second effort. And with that, it is currently 9-0 for Creighton Prep.
Darn Bulldogs had him about 3 opportunities, but a great second effort, got the points. What can you say? It was a nice run.
That's just a nice run by a very strong running back in Charmar Brown. And with that, onwards to kick comes Ford Hamilton. Hamilton looking to put the Junior Jays up by 10. The kick is up. And it's good for Creighton Prep. They now lead North Platte High School 10-0. We'll take a quick break and come back here to more second quarter coverage. FM 98.1, AM 1410, and live streaming NorthPlattePost.com.
You're 50 years or wiser, then the Prestige account at First State Bank is for you. The Prestige account requires no minimum balance, and there is no monthly service fee while earning interest. Get unlimited deposits and withdrawals. Finally, being 50 years or wiser really does pay off. Come see one of our friendly customer service representatives to learn more. First State Bank, member FDIC. on the corner of Willow and Rodeo Road.
Terms and conditions apply. For more details, visit or call your local branch.
Cashway Direct has everything you need for your Husker party, tailgating, or any get-together. Steaks, burgers, prime rib, seafood, wings, ribs, pork chops, brats, brisket, pork loins, and more.
Score big!
With the best prices in town.
It's a win-win! Huddle up!
And save time and money at Cashway Direct. No account needed, no penalty flags. 502 East Front Street, North Platte, with new store hours to better serve North Platte and the surrounding communities. Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., and Saturdays, 9 to 1.
North Platte Post Sports.
Welcome back here to round one of Class A playoff football. Bulldogs currently trailing at the moment here to the side of Creighton Prep. That's actually a short kick picked up by Broman at the 10-yard line. He's going to try to cut his way forward. He stumbles around and spins to the 25. The best starting spot for the Bulldogs here today. Love to see that at the moment for North Platte. They need something going for them. Turnover on downs last time out. They need something going their way, Scott Carlson.
Yeah, definitely Dogs need something good to happen for them right here on this possession. This is a crucial one.
This is a crucial one. Trailing 10-0 here in the first half. It's really been Charmar Brown all the way for the side of Creighton Prep. And they're calling actually there's a late penalty flag coming in, pushing the Bulldogs back to the 15.
Wait, he showed illegal use of the hands, but they hadn't even snapped.
Interesting. So
is that the signal
on
you
the
saw?
return, it looked like I saw that too, illegal hands to the face, but that normally is a stiff arm.
No, I think it was an illegal use of the hands, like a block in the back.
Oh, like a block in the back. Okay, I get you. Tilford with the ball on the outside, has some daylight at the 20, bouncing it to the outside, 30, 35, 40, one man to beat, cuts upfield 50, going back the other way, and he'll fall forward to the Junior Jays 48-yard line, a huge pickup coming down the side of Colton Tilford, a massive 42-yard pickup for Colton Tilford. The Bulldogs now getting some luck their way.
Yeah, great play and a great momentum play for Colton Tilford as well for the Dogs.
Still in the zone defense for Creighton. Robley off the left side, bumps into his own defender. He tried to jump over his own man, and he'll fall down.
That didn't work.
A loss of one again from Brock Robley. Back-to-back runs now of a loss of one. That front line for the Junior Jays really getting it done here against North Platte with 7:17 left to go in the half. So it's second down and 11. Still waiting on a call. As Eli Broman coming in.
They're shorter players. I counted,
Eli Broman checks in as Broman was getting water on the sideline. So now with 7 seconds on the play clock, Johnson under center. And a timeout has to be forced on the side of North Platte, and you can already tell they're not too happy about that having to happen. So with that, we'll also take a break here. Thank you again to our premier sponsor, Dave's Place, pizza and wings and more on 1510 East 4th Street. More from Bauer Field when we come back here, FM 98.1, AM 1410, and live streaming, NorthPlattePost.com.
CT Computer Services of North Platte on the corner of Phillip and Willow offers Tune-Up Tuesdays. So, if your computer is running slow, it probably needs a tune-up. Take it to CT Computer Services. The everyday basic tune-up price is only $50, and you can save more on Tune-Up Tuesdays. CT Computer Services of North Platte sells both new and refurbished desktops and laptops. See your IT guys at 905 South Willow or give them a call at 534-3628.
After I drop the kids off, I have to run across town for a meeting, hit the gym during lunch. Jake has soccer tonight, and Emily has gymnastics? Oh, did I turn on the
North Platte Post Sports.
Welcome back here at Bauer Field. Bulldogs trailing 10-0 to the Junior Jays, but they've gotten some momentum following a 42-yard Colton Tilford run. Pitch out to Tilford now. He's trying to bounce around to the outside, but he's swarmed up by a ton of white jerseys. That's going to be a big loss for North Platte.
Dang it.
What was a 2nd and 11, now going to be scooching on back even more. Looks like a loss of 4 from Tilford. 2nd down at about 15. 3rd down at 15.
Yeah, dang, a huge loss there, and just great penetration defense by the Jays. Colton had nowhere to go.
That zone defense really causing the
fits.
Bulldogs some problems on the outside. Johnson stepping back. He's rolling, looking to pass. He's going deep down the field to a wide open Landon O'Brien.
Oh, no,
and it's
picked off.
intercepted. That's an interception there by Caden Russell. Johnson had O'Brien for quite an opening, but underthrew just by a hair, and with that, an interception from Caden Russell, and now the Junior Jays will take over at the Bulldogs' 14-yard line.
Right on the money, but yeah, double coverage. The problem there, 2 white jerseys versus 1 blue jersey, and they had the inside position, both of them. A great defensive play. That was not an easy interception.
It was a smart play from Johnson because he had O'Brien open, just not enough mustard behind that pass. So now here comes the Junior Jays. 4 wide receivers on the field with Brown behind Caniglio. 2 to the far side, 2 to the near side. Caniglio gets the snap. Brown has it up the middle. He's got some daylight at the 20, at the 25, 30, stumbling, and he'll fall down at around the 35, luckily enough, because if he still had his footing, he was going to go to the house with that run.
It looked like he was going to find it, too. A good job of staying up as long as he did, and luckily for the Bulldogs, the turf monster got it.
That's a pickup of about 19 yards from Charmar Brown, and with that, another first down for Creighton Prep at their own 34-yard line. In at quarterback now, Ezra Vedral. Actually, scratch that correction, single eye formation for Caniglio as he looks to the sideline for a play change, and he'll get it. Power eye formation. Caniglio hands up the middle to Brown, who stutter steps and leans forward. A shoestring tackle coming in from Xavier Albertson. A small pickup of about 3, maybe 4 yards for Brown.
Yeah, but again, you're getting 3, 4, 5 per carry. You'll take that all night long out of your running back.
Sets up a manageable 2nd down and 6. And that's really where Creighton Prep's done most of their damage. Nice little chunk plays here and there to take off the pressure from their quarterback. Power eye formation yet again. 2 wide receivers to the far side. Brown in at running back. In at tight end, Sam Sledge is an extra blocker. Caniglio pitches out to Brown. He's going to cut back upfield, but he's met by 2 Bulldog defenders. Eli Broman stopping Charmar Brown in his tracks and then finishing him off, Xavier Albertson. That's a loss of 3 for the Junior Jays.
Yeah, Broman making up for not getting on the field when he was supposed to be a couple plays ago. Great play in the backfield.
3rd down and 9. A big stop for the Bulldogs on that 2nd down. Need to get out of this position after the interception. 3 wide receivers on the field. Trip tight ends to the far side. Brown in at running back. Caniglio in the shotgun. Steps back, looking to pass. Looking. Pressure. And he's going to be brought down there first on the scene. Dominic Descent for North Platte. And with that, a big loss for Creighton Prep. And that's going to bring on the punt unit.
Wow, huge loss. And again, 2 plays, back-to-back plays where the Bulldogs have gotten into the backfield, and that's what I've been calling for from the beginning is disruption in the backfield. That's what's going to happen. Charmar Brown, a great back, but he's got to have a little vision, and the Dogs taking that away and taking away the pass there.
Loss of 6 on the play for the side of Creighton Prep, with up now coming to kick Charlie Mangan. Here comes the punt. It's a nice, beautiful one. Tilford's running up to get it. It'll fall in front of him, and he'll let it take some bounces. He's taking a couple nice Creighton Prep bounces, and he'll stop it around the, it's still going, we'll say 27, 26-yard line of North Platte. Thank you again to our premier sponsors here for today, Sandhills State Bank, the most committed brand in banking with locations in North Platte, Ogallala, Grant, Juanita, Bassett, Valentine, Harrison, Alliance, Arthur, and Hyannis. Go to sandhillstate.com for a full list of services and locations. So here comes another Bulldog possession. Turned the ball over last time. Need, as Scott Carlson said, something to go their way, trailing by 10. Robley off the left side, has some daylight. He's going to be gang tackled at around the 30-yard line. Maybe he stumbles forward to the 32-yard line. Pickup of about 5 coming in from Robley, so it's 2nd and 5. These are the more North Platte style of runs, getting the good chunks out to make it 2nd and maybe 3rd and manageable.
Going to see if they can work Brock out to the outside a little bit, soften up that middle.
Robley gets immediately stuffed up front. Getting overwhelmed on the blind side. They're first on the scene for the Junior Jays, Christian Lewis. And with that, a 3rd and 7 following the 2-yard loss. Like the creativity, just not the execution.
Yeah, like I said, that's what you saw the last play. Unfortunately, they ran the same play again, trying to, I think, work Brock outside a little bit more, maybe make Creighton think about that.
Johnson steps back, looking to pass, throws it down the middle, wide open, Caleb Kincaid.
There it is, baby, yes.
There's a first down for North Platte, and that's a pickup of about 10 from Kincaid. There's the first completed pass from Caden Johnson after throwing the interception. It's a beautiful pickup of 10. And now with that, the Bulldogs look to continue on with this little bit of momentum that they've gathered. Now at the 43-yard line, correction inside their own territory. Tilford bouncing to the outside. He's going to be chopped down right at the 45 is where he'll fall. A pickup of 2 maybe for Colton Tilford.
Yeah, and again, the clock kind of working against the Bulldogs here as it ticks down. They're not a team that can work with short time real effectively. They tend to get panicky when that happens. So
1:22 left to go here. In the first half, they're trailing by 10. Fumble on the play, but there's actually a flag first before the fumble happened.
Offsides, maybe.
False start on the far side judge.
False start?
Yep, far side judge saying false start. So with that now, backing up the Bulldogs. Just a couple of things that we've been a strong suit for North Platte. Lack of penalties, and of course their running attack really not working out here in the first half against Creighton Prep.
Might have been a fortunate penalty there as that ball was flopping around on the ground.
2nd down and maybe 14 for North Platte as they get set up offensively. 1:04 left to go here in the half. Johnson under center, going to keep it, pitches it to Brower. Brower has some open daylight at the 45. He breaks through 1 and falls forward to the 50. Hayden Brower, yet again, finding some good open daylight and picks up some big yardages for North Platte. That's a pickup of about 16.
Yep, good blocking. O'Brien on the outside. Also Colton Tilford, some good blocking for their teammate Brower.
Gain of 11, correction. So with that 3rd down and 2 for North Platte, a much more manageable situation. Johnson to Robley off the right side. He bulldogs his way through as he plows through a Creighton Preps player. And with that, 1st and 10 and a timeout finally taken on the side of Coach Kurt Altig. Our timeout's brought to you in part by Kevin McGann with the Fortify Group. Check out Kevin McGann and the Fortify Group at his new location, 621 South Dewey, Sweet Beat. Scott Carlson alongside me here, Baxton Gordon. 10-0 Creighton Prep lead over North Platte with 25 seconds left to go here in the first half. Scott Carlson, we've talked about how the Bulldogs, not a team known for their explosive plays. With 25 seconds, what are you looking to go here on the play call with, I'd say, gosh darn, a near 43 yards left to go till the end zone?
Yeah, I tell you what, it's I think important here for the Dogs to try to get some points up on the board as they go into halftime. But as like you said, not a lot of time on the clock. It's going to be tough here.
It
don't want to get panicky. Do something that's way outside of your comfort zone and turn the ball over here.
You've seen that every once in a while. Bulldogs will, unfortunately, get a little antsy with the clock winding down. Trips bunch to the far side. Tilford in motion. Johnson stepping back, looking to pass. He's going deep down the field in double coverage yet again. And it's going to be in through the hands, that time of John Prago Jr. That's an incomplete pass from Caden Johnson, looking for a flag down the field. Won't get it. And with that, second down and 10 yards to go with 15 seconds left to go here in the first half.
Yeah, and again, another dangerous play as O'Brien has a step on him, but there's double coverage that's closing as that ball hangs up there. Dangerous.
3 wide receivers on the field for North Platte. Johnson rolling to his right, still rolling, looking to cut back upfield, and he'll be tackled right around the line of scrimmage. He might get 0, another timeout's called. Timeouts brought to you in part by Kevin McGann with the Fortified Group. Check out Kevin McGann and the Fortified Group at his new location, 621 South Dewey, Suite B. 5 seconds left, Scott Carlson. Looking like a Hail Mary play here to end the half. A very tumultuous start here for North Platte in the first half.
Yeah, definitely not the half the Bulldogs wanted. And, some opportunities presented themselves, but the Dogs just unable to capitalize on them. And tell you what, it's going to be a wing and a prayer here to try to get some points.
It is going to be a wing in the prayer. They go into halftime pending this last play, trailing 10-0. It's really been all Creighton prep in the first half. Bulldogs really just unable to really find consistent momentum. Colton Tilford had that 42-yard run, but really other than that, that's been the huge bright spot for this team. And consistently, they're just not getting able to find any flow offensively.
Yeah, definitely, and they've been, forced out of their comfort zone when they can't get Brock Robley going. It's a puzzle for the Bulldogs. They kind of depend on that, and they've done a good job to have the Blue Jays stopping Brock Robley.
Junior Jays now here, trying to stop North Platte with 5 seconds left. Third down, Johnson stepping back, looking to throw, he steps up and goes deep down the middle to triple coverage, and it's going to be broken up, no good on the play, and that'll do it here for the first half. Bulldogs trail Creighton Prep 10-0 here in Class A playoffs. Thank you again to our premier sponsors here for today, CT Computer Services, your IT guy since 2005, and Premier Toyota. Premier Toyota, just go places. And with that, we'll step aside here to give you halftime coverage. We come back, FM 98.1, AM 1410, and live streaming, NorthPlattePost.com.
Hi, this is Linda from Fellows Home Appliance. We are North Platte's only locally owned and operated Whirlpool exclusive dealer. We have 2 Whirlpool trained technicians to handle warranty and out-of-warranty Whirlpool repairs. We offer delivery and installation on all the Whirlpool appliances we sell. For your next Whirlpool appliance, come in to 321 East 5th Street, North Platte. Fellows Home Appliance. We service what we sell.
At Allo, we think you deserve the fiber things in life, like binging your favorite TV shows and movies buffer-free, next level, lag-free gaming, and video calls without frozen faces. So say goodbye to lag and buffering and hello to super fast fiber internet with dedicated 24/7 support for total peace of mind. Plus, no hidden fees, no expiration dates, and no contracts, ever. From dependable service to exceptional support, experience the fiber things with Allo. Visit us at allofiber.com/fiberthings.
With 35 years of professional service, JC's Auto Wash provides that fast and efficient service to keep your car clean. This fall, protect your investment with the original soft cloth wash and hand dry that JC's Auto Wash prides themselves on. Have you gotten your oil changed recently? Don't forget the Quick Lube at JC's, offering the fastest oil change in North Platte. Make it your one-stop shop. Oil change and get your car cleaned up before Old Man Winter shows up. JC's Auto Wash on the corner of G and Dewey in North Platte. 35 years strong.
Swift Auto Center. This is Joe from Swift Auto Center in North Platte. The Dogs play here. KWOQ North Platte, 1410 AM and FM 98.1.
North Platte Post Sports.
Welcome back in here to halftime. Bulldogs trailing Creighton Prep 10-0. Number 12 seeded Creighton Prep Junior Jays, number 6 seeded North Platte High School Bulldogs. It is time now for a Clear Focus Eye Care drive summary and game stats. Here provided by, again, Clear Focus Eye Care. Clear Focus Eye Care, specializing in preventative eye care, dry eye treatment, and vision therapy. Schedule your appointment today. The Bulldogs, yet again, going to receive the football to start off this football game. What do they do with that first possession, Scott Carlson? Oh, unfortunately, couldn't get anything going. Something we normally don't see from this Bulldogs that Bulldogs team on their first drive. They punted away. So then Creighton Prep got the football at their own 23-yard line. It was a 9-play drive that resulted in a field goal coming in from Ford Hamilton to take the early 3-0 lead. Bulldogs then had a couple opportunities in that second possession to get some momentum back on their side, or generate something, but on a 4th down and 1, unfortunately turned the football over, and with that, they turned it on over to the Junior Jays, who on, again, a 7-play drive of about 55 yards, a 1-yard touchdown run from Charmar Brown, and the extra point good to put the Junior Jays up 10-0. North Platte needs a response. They need something to go their way. Caden Johnson going to the passing attack and this offense. He throws an interception into double coverage to Caden Russell and taking on over the Junior Jays at their own 14-yard line. But hold on now. In their 5-play series, they had to punt the football. Bulldogs then have a prime opportunity to bounce back. They have 8 total plays and then go into halftime, unfortunately, trailing 10-0 here against Creighton Prep and the Junior Jays. Scott, I don't know if you noticed this as much as I did, but the zone defense coming in from the Junior Jays has just been demoralizing to the outside attack. Yeah, Colton Tilver had that 142-yard run, but other than that, they've really put the clamps down on Tilford and Brock Robley.
Yeah, and the battle in the trenches goes to the Jays, too, in the first half, hands down, and they've done a good job taking away the middle. We saw at the end of the second quarter there, they tried to maybe pop Brock outside a little bit, get lucky, but again, great containment defense on the outside by the Jays. So you got to give the first half, not without even looking at the scoreboard, to the Blue Jays as they shut down Bulldog running.
Unfortunately, they have here halftime. Bulldogs trailing Creighton Prep 10-0. We'll step away here. We have actually a coach's interview. No, not head coach Kurt Altig, but head coach of the cross-country team, Jake Hanhauser. He's going to get it in there. And you know what? We'll get it rocking and rolling right here. We come back. FM 98.1, AM 1410, and live streaming NorthPlattePost.com.
Threatens our area, you can rely on us to bring you the most up-to-date information about the storm on the air and online in high definition at NorthPlattePost.com. Severe weather updates from our staff every 15 minutes, and in the event of a tornado, we'll provide wall-to-wall coverage. We tell you exactly where the storm is and where it's heading. Our goal is to keep you safe. Powered by Levander's Body Shop and Levander's Tire and Service.
Want your business recognized where tens of thousands will see? The DNN Event Center is going digital. Become a valued sponsor of their nonprofit facility at gold, platinum, or diamond level and have your business appear on one of their new media screens today. The DNN is a locally owned nonprofit and the biggest event center in the western part of Nebraska, providing youth sports leagues for 3rd through 6th graders, able to host statewide sporting tournaments, space up to 70 pool tables, annual events, weddings, private celebrations, and very fundraiser friendly. The DNN Event Center.
North Platte Post Sports.
Hey everybody, this is Paxton Gordon with North Platte Post Sports Network. I'm joined by the cross-country head coach, Jake Hasenauer for North Platte High School. Jake, how you doing today?
I'm doing good. Doing very well.
Awesome. Thank you so much again for coming on. Cross-country is unfortunately in the past, which is quite sad to see because it just felt like it just started yesterday.
You know, it sure did. It went by quick, but as always, it was a fun year, and we'll be looking forward to next year. Here.
Yeah,
before we know it. So.
I know that's the scary part. It goes away and then it comes back right when you least expect it. But going on into last week, had the cross country state championship. The girls finished 10th overall, and you also sent 2 boys on over. Kind of take us through between both the boys and the girls, how you thought they performed on the championship.
I thought it was a very good day across the board. Kind of about as good as we had hoped and expected. Kind of going into the meet, every team you always deal with a little adversity towards the end of the year, and we were not shy of that by any means at all. But also had a lot of successes along the way. That was the state meet. It was just one day to kind of showcase how the year went. But those kids have worked really hard in June and just keep working hard. So kind of just a little showcase of it. Our boys, we had Ryan Teets and Aiden Hawks both qualify for us this year. We're very grateful that both of them were still underclassmen, so they'll be back with us next year. And both of them finished, 39th and 51st, which in Class A meet, those kids are fast, very fast. So good experience for those two, and good for them to be able to qualify. And I thought both performed well. Both were nervous and had a little pressure, but both did a great job. And then our girls' side of things, they had a great meet. Our top girl, Marissa Holm, was able to become a 2-time medalist, which haven't had many of those. Tanya Tungi in the early 2000s did, but prior to her, I'm not sure if we had a 2-time state medalist before. So that was very good for Marissa. Marissa's been hurt the last few weeks, so just fighting through some adversity and going from there. And then our other 2 senior girls, Zara Blasey and Janessa Arnold, have been great leaders for us as well, and really did some nice stuff this year. And then our underclassmen girls too, and getting 10th as a team for girls. Like I said, Class A is always the best of the best. We see a lot of Lincoln and Omaha schools in that, and so for them to be able to perform and finish top 10. That was actually the first time we finished top 10 in Class A since 1994. So it'd been a couple decades since we'd finished in the top 10. So good wrap up to the year for those girls, and I'm excited for the ones we have back next year. And the other 3, it sounds like 2 out of 3 of them, Zara Blasey and Marissa Holm, are both going to be running in college next year. So it's good to continue to root for them. And they always bleed Bulldog Blue. So yeah, great year, great state meet, and no complaints across the board.
Great showing as well, and I think everybody was super excited to see them all across the finish line. Now, I know you talked about it, just the championship, a one-day thing, so you can't really explain the whole, get through all the achievements through the single season up to that one point. But in your estimate, in your eyes, what were some of the highlights of this season?
Some of the big highlights, really the summer program is where we start everything out. Those kids really invested in our summer program this year. We had 49 kids that came out for cross country, and 36 of them ended up earning summer T-shirts this year, which means you could only miss 7 days the whole summer, and we meet 5 days a week. So very good summer attendance. Each kid, the majority of kids attend over 90% of the time. So that was a huge highlight to kick off the year. And then, also just throughout the year, our girls were ranked in the top 10 all year. Boys were ranked in the top 10 a couple times as well. So having them, just their success being recognized. The boys were able to win 3 invites this year, and the girls were able to win 4. So really, some good stuff. We go against some good schools, and so winning invites is, important there as well. And medalists earned over 100 medals this year. The kids did. Just hats off and a tribute to them, and they really got along and really bought into the program this year. Didn't have a lot of headaches, didn't have a lot of drama, and that's always a good thing. It really starts with the kids and their parents, and it's just a testament to them and their hard work. So, that's just kind of an overview of the year, and then the girls being able to represent us at state. That's always a highlight. I'd say that the district meet, it takes a lot to get me worked up and emotional, but I got a little emotional after districts, and so did our other coaches, just to see those girls and the adversity they've dealt with this year, dealt with some injuries, dealt with some illnesses, dealt with some other stuff. People step up and get a runner-up district plaque was very good for them, and then be able to finish top 10 at state as well is just awesome and testament to them. And that was kind of our year there. So
now, before I let you go here, season wrapped up with some really solid placements overall and a well-represented position at the state championship. What goals do you have for the team going into next season to improve upon what happened this year?
I think I'll start with the boys first on our boys side of things. Boys, we had a decent sized senior class, but a lot of our varsity kids are all back next year. So that's a huge plus. Getting to the state meet, it would be a good goal. That's always that goal every year. The boys have made it the last 3 years, and this was the first year they hadn't. So they've got a little sour taste in their mouth. They're ready to go take a step, but being within 8 points away is how close they were this year. It'll make them hungry for this next year. We've got some freshmen coming up too that will really add to the team. So really continue to fire up and continue to maintain that consistency. Consistency is just just huge from a running standpoint. Goes a long ways. And on the girls' side of things, we lose 3 senior girls, but have the rest back. And our 3 senior girls, they were our first, second, and fourth best runners. So we'll definitely miss them next year, as they've done some very good things for our program. But just those other girls, having them opportunity to be able to step up and also maintain consistency and bring a few of their friends as well, too, so it can all continue to get better. And that'll be the goal. So hopefully next year we can have both teams represent the state meet and just enjoy the process and steps to get there along the way.
That was head coach of the Bulldogs cross-country team, Jake Hasenauer. Jake, again, thank you so much for coming on. I can't wait to see everybody out there again for next season.
Hey, thanks. Thanks for your time. Appreciate it, and go Dogs.
Mary is trying the new Philly-style Runza sandwich.
You know, Rocky was set in Philadelphia.
Wonder if he ever had a Philly-style Runza sandwich.
Yo, Adrian, I love these green peppers, onions, steak seasoning, and Swiss.
We should go do boxing later.
You haven't seen Rocky, have you?
Not at all. Been too busy eating the new Philly-style Runza sandwich. Because from the way we make it to the way it makes you feel, Runza makes it all better.
After I drop the kids off, I have to run across town for a meeting, hit the gym during lunch. Jake has soccer tonight, and Emily has gymnastics? Oh, did I turn on the crock pot this morning?
With a never-ending to-do list, it's easy to forget something important, like setting up a life insurance plan with Shelter Insurance. Your local Shelter agent can show you how to create a safety net for your family. Shelter Life Insurance Company, Columbia, Missouri.
See me, Pete Volz, at 501 South Jeffers for a free insurance review.
Gosh, I am so hungry, but the game is on.
Well, you big lug, get off the couch and get to Dave's Place Pizza and Wings to watch and fill your massive belly.
Well, why didn't I think of that?
Well, just go to Dave's Place.
Dave's Place at 1510 East 4th is the quintessential place to watch the game and fill your belly. Massive or not, pizzas, wings, calzones, and even great meals for the kiddos. Daily specials, too. Call in an order at 532-3922 or order online at davesplacenp.com. DoorDash available, too.
We all tried to prepare for life's what-ifs, but what happens if those uncertainties become a reality? I'm Stephen Rhodes, and as your local farmer's insurance agent, I'm here for you. I can help you determine the coverage that fits your needs. When you have questions about insurance, turn to me, Stephen Rhodes, with Farmers Insurance. I'm proud to sponsor tonight's game. Go Bulldogs! Find me, Stephen Rhodes, at 102 North Dewey.
We are farmers. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
North Platte Post Sports.
Welcome back here to Bauer Field for the Quick Stop halftime show. Bulldogs currently trailing Creighton Prep 10-0. It is now time for our 308 Uplifters / LineX halftime stats. 308 Uplifters and LineX of North Platte offers spray and bed liners and a full line of accessories, floor mats, mud flaps, coolers, and more. Starting on the side, of course, of North Platte, it's not been a good game, Scott Carlson. 80 total rushing yards, and half of those coming off of Colton Tilford's 42-yard run.
Yeah, that's, tell you what, that's not Bulldog football, or definitely not the Bulldog football that you want to see or hear about at halftime. Dogs got to get going. They need a big stop here, second half, and right off the bat and get that production going on offense. Find a way. 1 of
4 for Caden Johnson with 1 turnover, 10 yards to a pass to Caleb Kincaid up the middle, close towards the end of half. So that's a grand total of 90 offensive yards for the Bulldogs on the side of Creighton Prep. 114 total yards, a good chunk of those coming, of course, from Charmar Brown at 69 total yards. 1 completion, though, for Tony Caniglio. 1 for 2, 11 yards to Pierce Johnson, and that is where we sit. We're just here around the corner for second half kickoff. It's going to be the Junior Jays who will be receiving the second half kickoff right here when we come back. FM 98.1, AM 1410, and live streaming NorthPlattePost.com.
Thanks for listening to the Quick Stop Halftime Show. Second half action is next on FM 98.1.
Your husband is pretty handy to have around. He makes the world's best mac and cheese. He's in the Tickle Monster Hall of Fame. And he can teach anyone how to throw strikes. But a busted pipe and a basement full of water?
Honey, I think we need a plumber.
Is a little out of his league. That's where a homeowner's policy from Shelter Insurance comes in handy. We'll help get your house back in order and your husband back to what he does best.
Find me, Brent Rogo, at 502 East Francis.
Are you in the market for a new or pre-owned car, truck, or SUV? Look no further than Bill Summers Ford Honda Nissan Lincoln for your next vehicle. Look online 24/7 at BillSummers.com. Bill Summers is Western Nebraska's leasing headquarters, and they have aggressive financing to get you into the vehicle you've been dreaming of. Check out all the inventory at BillSummers.com anytime. Bill Summers Ford Honda Nissan Lincoln, where families are our business. Highway 83 and Walker Road in North Platte, and online 24/7 at BillSummers.com.
North Platte Post Sports.
Welcome back here to Bauer Field. Bulldogs trailing Creighton Prep 10-0 as we're about to get second half underway. North Platte really not having too many answers for this Creighton Prep Junior Jays defense, as the Junior Jays have gone to mostly zone coverage and have negated anything North Platte has thrown at them. Luke Borges up to kick for the side of the Bulldogs, deep to return John Prago Jr. as Pierce Johnson. It's going to go into the end zone, a strong kick from Borges, and with that, the Junior Jays will start at their own 20-yard line here to start the second half. Scott Carlson, give me your keys here in the second half for the Bulldogs to put this comeback into effect.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, you need to get a stop here, opening possession on Creighton Prep. Obviously, you don't want to let them move down the field like we saw them do their opening possession of the first half. And I think, hopefully Coach Haltig, I'm confident they made some adjustments offensively at halftime. Got to find a way to move the football.
Single line formation for Tony Caniglio with Charmar Brown in at the running back position. Power eye. Two wide receivers to the near side. Caniglio gets the snap. Long stretch play out to Brown, who's going to try to cut around the edge, and there's a flag on the play for a hold and a loss for Charmar Brown. That's a good start for North Platte, but also a self-inflicted wound on the side of the Junior Jays.
Yeah, you like that start. If you're the Bulldogs, back them up, give them a shorter field to work with. See if you can't pressure them back even more here.
That's what you love, though. Though, one of the keys for the Junior Jays in the first half was their running attack, which had a total of 114 yards and really was not stopped in any sense of the imagination against the Bulldogs. The penalties declined, so it's second down and 12 now following the 2-yard loss. I like that call. Lose it down, yeah, you lose 2. Putting it on your defense to get this 3 and out. Caniglio in the pistol with Brown behind him. Steps back, rolling. He's going to hand it off to Charmar Brown up the middle. He'll scoot his way forward. He's going to get a chunk back on that run. We'll say a pickup of 7. Third down and 6 for the side of Creighton Prep on their opening drive here in the second half. So it's third down and a long 7 to 8.
Big opportunity here for the Bulldogs.
3 wide receivers on the field, all of them to the near side. 2 tight end formation to the far side. Shotgun formation for Caniglio. Rolling out to his right, looking. Going to throw it to a check down man. Caught. That one's picked up on the play by Ed Hubner. Oh, and he's going to get just enough for the first down. Wow, what a great throw from Caniglio. And an even better catch from Hubner. And with that, a first down and 10 for the Junior Jays.
Yeah, right on the money and exactly like you said, what they needed for the first down, a well-designed play.
So now with that,
we've seen, sorry to interrupt, I was just going to say we've seen those quick routes kill the Bulldogs the last few games.
Short checkdowns have been the death of North Platte in the secondary. 3 wide receivers on the field, shotgun formation for the Junior Jays. Brown behind Caniglio. Brown up the middle. He's going to stutter step, and he'll get maybe 2 yards on that run. Good stop up front from North Platte. They're first on the scene. I believe Dominic Descent, first Bulldog to stop Charmar Brown. We're going to say second down and 8 after the 2-yard pickup from Brown. As checking now in comes Ezra Vedral. Vedral in at quarterback now as Caniglio gets a break. 2 wide receivers on the field. Full house package for the side of Creighton Prep. Brown and Russell in the backfield. Vedral to Brown up the middle. He's running hard. He'll fall forward. He'll pick up another solid maybe 4 on the play. make it third and 4 now left for Creighton Prep.
Another opportunity for the Bulldogs here to get a third down stop.
That's all they're looking for. Really
Likely
desperately
a punting
needs it.
situation.
Most certainly. So back in comes Caniglio. 2 wide receivers to the far side. Pierce Johnson to the near side, and another wide receiver being Nicholas Caniglio, check down route, and it's going to be picked up yet again by Ed Hubner on the comeback route. It'll be enough for the first down. Another pickup of about 4 from Caniglio, and a first down for the Junior Jays.
Yep, and just, running those routes, knowing exactly what they need to get the first down, not taking a lot of risk, and moving the chains once again.
First down and 10, 4 wide receivers on the field, 2 to the far side, 2 to the near side. Shotgun formation for Brown, and a timeout going to be taken, I believe, on the side of head coach Kurt Altig, as time is just wasting away. 9:02 left to go here in the third quarter. This timeout brought to you in part by Kevin McGann with the Fortify Group. Check out Kevin McGann and the Fortify Group at his new location, 621 South Dewey. Sweet Pea, we'll take a break and come back. More action here, right? FM 98.1, AM 1410, and live streaming, NorthPlattePost.com.
Not sure where to find your students' grades? How about events or news about your student's school? Well, at North Platte Public Schools, we have an app for that. Downloading the app is free and easy. Simply visit your app store and search for North Platte School District. Once it's downloaded, you can adjust the settings to meet your needs. Next time you need to know what's on the lunch menu or review the school announcements, remember, we have an app for that. We are MPPS. Come grow with us.
Larry's Glass would like to thank all of their valuable customers over the years for voting them #1 in glass replacement. Larry's Glass is a full-service glass company from car windows and storefronts.
North Platte Post Sports.
Well, back here, Bauer Field, Bulldogs trailing 10-0. First down and 10 for the side of the Junior Jays at their own 41-yard line. 2 wide receivers to the near side, single eye formation. Up the middle, going to be Egan, as George Egan going to rumble his way forward for a 4-yard pickup. And with that, second down and 6 for Creighton Prep. Wasting clock away, 8:43 left to go here in quarter number 3.
Yeah, I tell you, it feels like that clock is just, I told you during the break, melting away.
It is. Every second goes by is not a favor for North Platte. Still power I formation for Caniglio. Brown in at running back. Brown, stutter steps, hesitation move, and he goes up in for a first down. Another strong run from Charmar Brown. He picks up 6. The patience really showed off on that run, as he just had nowhere to go at first, but then the hole just opened right up.
Yeah, sure did. He just, and that's what we've seen out of the backs for the Jays all night, is just patience and vision, finding those holes that are being opened up by a great offensive line tonight.
2 tight ends on the field, 2 wide receivers to the far side. Again, power I formation. Zone defense for North Platte. Caniglio. Actually, it's Vedral in at quarterback. He's going to keep pulling his way forward, and he'll pick up 6, maybe 7. It's going to be a total of 7 from Ezra Vedral, who came in as a runner. And with that, Carter Butterfield with the stop. It's a correction pickup of 7, actually, on the play. Second down and 3 to go. Now Caniglio checks back in. Death by inches, the famous Vic Fangio quote, really getting into effect here for Creighton Prep on this drive and this game as a whole.
Just, smart football, great play calling by their coaching staff, getting the first downs, burning that clock and moving the chains.
Brown not going to keep it. Caniglio with the ball. He's running out of time. He's going to throw it across his body and find a wide open Ed Hubner just in the gap of the zone defense. And with that, a pickup, I believe, of about 10 yards. Yet again, that's a first down for Creighton Prep. That's just a tough one you hate to see, because Bulldogs had great coverage all the way down the field, but for 1 second, Ed Hubner got open, and that's a first down.
Coverage and pressure on Vedral, and it was just, the dog defense doing what they needed to do. It was just a great athletic play by Vedral to get that ball off.
Caniglio in the power I formation. Up the middle, Brown. He's going to stutter step and move his way forward a little bit more. He'll pick up probably 4 on that run. And with that, 2nd down and 6 for the Junior Jays, who have just been eating away at clock. 7 minutes now left to go in the 3rd quarter. This is not exactly what the Bulldogs are wanting to see, specifically on the opening drive. This is still the opening drive of the 2nd half from the Junior Jays.
Yeah, they're able to be comfortable with that 10-point lead. They're able to just, be patient, take what North Platte's given them.
9th play of the drive. Pistol formation for Caniglio. Brown in at running back. Up the middle. Brown goes, puts a burst of speed, and he'll maybe get 4, maybe 3. They'll say 3 yards to make it, even less than that. I believe that's just a pickup of 2 from Brown. Not a very good spot if you're a Junior Jays fan. So 3rd down and 5 now on the side of Creighton Prep. They've converted on the last 2 3rd downs.
Yes, they have.
And Vedral is in at quarterback. Full house package. Brown in at running back. Vedral at quarterback. Vedral, quarterback keeper, up the middle, wide open territory, pushing his way forward to the 10-yard line. 20-yard line. That's a pickup of 11 yards from Ezra Vedral. And that's a huge 1st down for Creighton Prep.
Gigantic, just a strong run. He exploded through that hole. His offensive line once again opened up for him on the left side.
Hurry up offense here for the Junior Jays. Running the same play as Vedral again. Finds huge open daylight on that far side of the field. And he'll get his way forward for a pickup of 8 yards. That's now 19 total yards. Oh, scratch that. Another bad spot. They're going to say 7, maybe 6 yards, but still another back-to-back big play from Vedral.
Yes, it was. Just strong running from Ezra Vedral.
Still in that full house package, 2 tight ends on the field. Brown in at running back, extra lineman in at the fullback position. Vedral hands it off to Brown, who stalls and falls into a North Platte player. I believe first on the scene, Jordan Yonkers for the Bulldogs. That's only going to be a gain of 2 for Charmar Brown. So now, say a gain of 1 even. So 3rd down and a long 2 for the Junior Jays. I think a very crucial 3rd down stop here.
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, the Dogs need a stop here for sure.
Vedral.
This would be a time. Hold him to 3 again, I guess.
I know. Vedral is in at quarterback in the power I formation. 2 wide receivers on the field. Vedral gets the snap. He's going to hand it off to Egan up the middle. He breaks through 1 tackle and will finally be brought down at around the 7-yard line. Another 1st down for the Junior Jays off of George Egan. And with that, they're in the red zone for the first time in this 2nd half.
Yeah, and again, what can you say about the Jays' offensive line? I mean, from start to finish tonight, they've just absolutely, totally dominated the Bulldogs, both sides of the ball, really. And you got to give credit where credit's due. It's won and lost in the trenches.
Single eye formation. Vedral going to keep it up the middle, and he'll walk in for a touchdown. And with that, the end of that massive drive, starting at their own 20 and taking off huge chunks of time. Exactly 9 minutes worth of time, resulting in a 7-yard touchdown run from Ezra Vedral. And now the Junior Jays are up 16-0. With up now Ford Hamilton to kick the extra point for Creighton Prep. The kick almost on its way, waiting for it. Here it comes, the kick is up. And it's through the upright, good. And with that, the lead now increases to 17-0 for the Junior Jays. We'll take a break and come back to more action here at FM 98.1. AM 1410 and live, NorthPlattePost.com.
Quick Stop.
Start your day with gourmet coffee with Quick Stop's 100% Arabica house blend and Quick Stop's Seattle Buzz coffees. Quick Stop Rewards offering exclusive discounts and fuel rollbacks. Savings up to 15 cents per gallon with Sinclair Dino Pay using your debit or credit card. Quick Stop can refresh with Frazzle gourmet slushes and for real shakes and smoothies. Or customize your favorite fountain drink with flavor shots and everyday low prices on your favorite beers.
Always open right around the corner. Quick Stop.
At Pro Printing and Graphics, we strive to offer all the best parts of a small business. Personalized service from a dedicated staff, pricing that meets or beats the internet, fast turnaround times, and knowledgeable advice. We offer a full line of print products and services from
North Platte Post Sports.
Welcome back here, Bauer Field. Bulldogs trailing Creighton Prep 17-0 on a huge 14-play, 80-yard drive, taking off 9 minutes off the game clock. With up now again, Ford Hamilton to kick it 17-0 with 3:25 left to go here in the third quarter. Short kick to C.J. Johnson at the 5. At the 10, has some space. He's moving forward 20, 25, 30, and he'll get to around the 32-yard line. And that's kind of turned into C.J. Johnson's game out on the kick return unit, getting some really strong field position for North Platte.
Yep, definitely. They haven't started with really horrible field position at all, I don't think, Paxton, and just have not been able to get consistent production offensively.
There it is, consistent production. There's been some spurts, the 42-yard run from Colton Tilford earlier in the second quarter, and the 15-yarder from Brock Robley off the rip. But other than that, been pretty quiet offensively for North Platte. In motion, the pitch on out to Tilford, has some daylight, cuts up field, and he'll fall down at around the 46-yard line. Pick up 4 yards for Colton Tilford. Again, you talked about all that hard work, Scott Carlson, for 4 yards. It's kind of the name of the game, you would say, for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, there's not been a single yard that's come easy for the Bulldogs tonight as Creighton Prep has just shut down the run game.
Second down and 6 yards for North Platte. Now at their own 37. Robley off the right side, juking and jiving, but is met immediately at the line of scrimmage. He might have even lost 2 on that run. That time the right side of the field giving up some leeway, and that's a loss of 1 for Brock Robley. Third down and 7. Scott, I don't want to make any huge turns, but this is a massive third down for North Platte. After giving up a 9-minute drive just a couple of minutes ago, they need to get something here.
Yeah, they're not a team that's gonna put points up on the board real quick. They need some time to develop. That means they need points here on every possession.
Johnson up the middle to Kincaid. There you go.
Oh,
and he fumbles it. Oh no, Kincaid fumbles 40-yard line now. Pierce Johnson running down the sideline inside Bulldog territory at the 38. Caleb Kincaid made a huge play, but unfortunately he had 2 steps with possession and fumbled the football. There is a foul, a flag on the field on the far side. That came after the fumble recovery. A legal block in the back on the side of Creighton Prep. But it doesn't matter as another turnover, which has been the song and dance for North Platte all season, comes at the worst time for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, we talked about it in the pregame show. It's been a plague for the Bulldogs, and it's been a plague at crucial times, and it is once again.
And there it is. Again, that's
finally
the key.
Got something.
And then right around it, 1 step forward, 2 steps back, and you talked about there, and there's the killer right there. At the most important times is when these mistakes happen. When again, you get a little excited and you look down the field, you kind of lose awareness of the football and where you're at, and because of that, mistakes happen. So it's now 1st and 10 for Creighton Prep at their own 30-yard line with 2:24 left to go here in the third quarter. Caniglio in the shotgun with Charmar Brown in at running back. 3 wide receivers on the field, 2 to the near side, 1 to the far side. Burt goes in motion. Caniglio going to look towards the sideline for the play call. Caniglio to Brown up the middle. He's stuffed immediately, but will spin forward for maybe 1 yard gain. They'll say he loses one on the play. I believe Dominic Dissent was first on the scene for North Platte. 2nd and 11 for the Junior Jays. Thank you again to our premier sponsors for today, Dave's Place, pizza and wings and more on 1510 East 4th Street. You can order online, dine in, or carry out. Hey, also a DoorDash. Live more at davesplacemp.com. 2 running backs in the backfield for Creighton Prep with 2 wide receivers on the field. It's Russell as well as that's Egan in as well. Stepping back, Caniglio looking. He has a wide open man down the sideline, Ed Hubner, and he'll fall down at around the 48-yard line. The pump fake got, oh man, I believe there, Trevor Chrisman on the first bite, and with that a pickup of 13.
Yeah, the Bulldogs bit again.
Right.
A great play and a wide open 3-step lead on the closest defensive back and delivered a strike right in the breadbasket.
First down and 10 on the side of Creighton Prep at the Bulldogs' 48-yard line. 2 wide receivers to the near side, power I formation for the Junior Jays. Caniglio up to Egan in the middle. He's powering his way forward and still going before being brought down after a 6-yard pickup from George Egan. With that second down and, well, we'll say actually second down and 5, but that'll do it for the third quarter, it looks like, as North Platte trails at the moment. Scott Carlson, what time do we have left?
20 seconds.
20 seconds, but they're already walking to the sideline like that's going to do it for the third quarter. But man, this was a crucial quarter for North Platte. We had talked coming out of halftime that they needed something to go their way, and unfortunately, nothing has gone their way after that 9-minute drive from the side of Creighton Prep. We'll step away and take a break. We can come back, more second half coverage here on FM 98.1, AM 1410, and live streaming NorthPlattePost.com.
Are you in the market for a new or pre-owned car, truck, or SUV? Look no further than Bill Summers Ford, Honda, Nissan, Lincoln for your next vehicle. Look online 24/7 at BillSummers.com. Bill Summers is Western Nebraska's leasing headquarters, and they have aggressive financing to get you into the vehicle you've been dreaming of. Check out all the inventory at BillSummers.com anytime. Bill Summers Ford, Honda, Nissan, Lincoln, where families are our business. Highway 83 and Walker Road in North Platte, and online 24/7 at BillSummers.com.
Distinction is important. It helps you stand out from the rest. So why not establish yourself with exceptional personalization from Willow Creek Embroidery? Willow Creek Embroidery has moved to a new location with a bigger showroom and the same great service. No setup for new customers.
North Platte Post Sports.
Welcome back to Bauer Field. That timeout and end of the quarter is brought to you in part by Kevin McGann with the Fortify Group. Check out Kevin McGann and the Fortify Group at his new location, 621 South Dewey, Suite B. So it's now second down and maybe about 5 yards here for Creighton Prep. Caniglio to Brown, who gets stuffed immediately at the line of scrimmage. First on the scene, Brock Robley. Actually, correction, Jordan Yonkers right there immediately for the loss of 2 to Charmar Brown. Bulldogs trailing 17-0. Scott, we talked about how Bulldogs need to get some momentum, but really at this point, what can they even do?
I don't know, maybe a turnover, maybe something that's going to give them a bunch of momentum, and it got to happen quick.
Got to happen quick as, again, Creighton Prep eating away 9 minutes of clock in their opening possession of the second half. Caniglio rolling to his right, looking, throwing down the field, and it's caught and dropped, I believe. Oh, what a catch, though.
He got it.
Man, that one from John Pargo Jr. Caught it, dropped it, caught it down around his kneecaps on the far side of the field. A pickup of 15 and another first down for Creighton Prep.
Yeah, just another beautiful pass right down the sideline, and what a job catching it and getting a foot down. Like I said, it looked like it popped out, but I think that was a shoe that we saw come flying up.
1st and 10 now at the Bulldogs' 27-yard line for Creighton Prep. Trips formation towards the near side, one wide receiver to the far side. Wide receiver screen to Hubner, who cuts upfield, spins out a one tackle, and is finally brought down near the 20. Oh, there's a late flag on the play, near in the secondary behind the play. Might be a late hold.
Yeah, it was.
That is going to be quite a call. I'm waiting to see what the official says. It's looking maybe like it is going to go back on the side. Creighton Prep, and they will accept that penalty, so back goes the Junior Jays for a good 5 yards. So first down and 15 for Creighton Prep. Maybe a little bit of light for the Bulldogs there with that. Just need something to go their way. Just something to kickstart this team. With the closing quarter coming in, 11:01 left to go here, quarter number 4. Pistol formation for Caniglio. Steps back, down the middle of the field, right through the hands of the tight end, Michael Burt.
Oh, had him.
He was wide open, but it went through his hands, incomplete, second down and 15.
Yeah, that's really what it's been all about. I mean, we've seen him go downfield a couple times, but the majority of the time it's been those quick slants, those quick outs, and just the killing the Bulldogs on the short routes.
Absolutely. Second and 15 now for the side. Creighton Prep as bringing in a more passing-focused package into the field. Caniglio will be in the shotgun with Brown. 3 wide receivers to the far side. And then 2 tight ends in. Caniglio. So a massive false start. I mean, I'm talking about everybody on the offensive line but the center. Don't see that very often, but another penalty for Creighton Prep, and that'll push them back even further. Was second and 15. Now going to be second down and 20. Maybe second down and 25. Is going to be second down and 20 for Creighton Prep. So now, Junior Jays need to get to the Bulldogs' 18-yard line for a first down. Trips formation to the near side. The pitch on, fumble on the play. It's going to be picked up by North Platte. There's something you wanted to see. Kincaid recovers the fumble. They went with the double pitch out, the fake pitch to Charmar Brown. Tried to get it into Hubner, but it went through his hands and picked up by Caleb Kincaid.
Kincaid with the fumble for the Bulldogs.
There's a.
Oh, they're saying incomplete.
They're saying a forward pass on the side. Wow, they say forward progress. It was a pitch forward. So with that, a turn of the down. So instead of it being a fumble recovery by North Platte, it's an incomplete pass from Tony Calignio. Okay. And with that, here comes the Junior Jays again on a 3rd and 20. Charmar Brown to the far side, bouncing it around, has some daylight. He's going to get to the first down marker. Oh my good heavens, Charmar Brown almost got the 21 yards he needed. It's going to be a crucial 4th down and inches for Creighton Prep. 4th and 1 for the Junior Jays. After a huge Charmar Brown run of 18 yards, it's 4th and a long one. Ezra Vendrell in at quarterback. Vendrell gashing the Bulldogs when he gets on the field. He's going to run it up the middle. He has enough for the first down, and then some. He'll stroll into the end zone for a Junior Jays touchdown. And with that, 17-yard touchdown run from Ezra Vendrell. And that's a huge dagger to North Platte as they're now trailing 23-0.
Ooh. Yeah, just again, huge hole on the right side of that offensive line. Federal walked in.
Up now to kick the extra point, Ford Hamilton for Creighton Prep with 9:23 left to go here in the 4th quarter. Hamilton will get the okay from the back line judge. Kick is up, and it's through the uprights. Good. It's now 24-0. Bulldogs trailing. We'll take a timeout. We come back. More action right here. FM 98.1 AM 1410 and live streaming NorthPlattePost.com.
Great Plains Health Orthopedics in North Platte is ready to serve you with board-certified orthopedic surgeons and a team of medical professionals who specialize in hip, knee, and shoulder joint replacements and revisions, minor to complex hand injuries, sports medicine for both the serious athlete and the weekend warrior, new and innovative operative and non-operative procedures, and work-related injuries. Same-week appointments are available. Call Great Plains Health Orthopedics today.
Your health is our mission. Great Plains Health.
Experience is something many can claim, but few can live up to. Larry's Glass has decades of experience, from small window jobs to large industrial businesses. Larry's has the right experience to get the work completed and looking incredible the first time. No more rookies looking at your window and trying to figure out if it's glass or if it's plastic. Larry's Glass has the knowledge, expertise, and experience to handle every type of glass situation. Others say they have it, only Larry's can claim it. Experience. Find it at Larry's Glass in North Platte.
North Platte Post Sports.
Going back to Bauer Field, Bulldogs trailing now 24-0 to the number 12 seeded Creighton Prep Junior Jays. Ford Hamilton up to kick off with 9:23 left to go here in the fourth quarter. It's going to fly out the back of the end zone, so the Bulldogs will take over at their 20-yard line. Scott Carlson trailing by 24 now. What's the outlook that you see for North Platte, or at least something to get them rolling here? Just something. They need something.
Yeah, they're up one of those creeks without a paddle at this point, unless they can get something opened up big. We know they have big play potential with Tilford. We've seen Brock Robley bust something open. We know Johnson can throw the ball, but they need to get desperate.
Just the things that, again, when you're down 24, this type of running attack offense, not really the best at getting quick points.
Right.
Robley behind Johnson, two wide receivers on the field. Motion comes Brower. Robley off the right side will get nothing going. He might lose 2 on the run. He will lose 2 on the carry, so it's 2nd down and 12 for North Platte.
Loss of a yard on the play. That brings up a 2nd and 11.
2nd down and 12 now. Piss now going to be back under center. Caden Johnson and Brock Robley. Zone defense for the Blue Junior Jays. Tilford with the pitch. Has some daylight. Using the speed in the open field around the 30 and trucks through one defender. And it'll finally be pushed out of bounds. And I see the official reaching for a flag.
No.
Oh, he was looking into his back pocket, but a good strong pickup. That'll be enough, I believe, for the first down. A pickup of 14 from Colton Tilford. Blew through 2 defenders.
Tough run.
And with that, 1st and 10.
Yeah, there you saw Colton Tilford, just how strong and tough he is. 4 Jays on him, and he got another couple yards.
1st and 10 as the Junior Jays making a lot of defensive substitutions at the Bulldogs' 34-yard line. Johnson under center with Robley right behind him. Landon O'Brien to the far side. Motion. Comes Brecken Torres. Robley lost the football, and it's going to be, I think, jumped on by the Junior Jays, and it is going to be jumped on by Creighton Prep. Another turnover for North Platte. It's all coming unraveled here in this playoff game.
Ooh.
Their 3rd turnover and 3rd fumble, 2nd lost. Absolutely gut punch.
Man, what can you say? Yeah, the Dogs are getting beat up, too. The Jays are hitting them hard tonight, and you saw Kincaid after the last fumble just slow to get up. Brock Robley slow to get up. It's just not been a game where the breaks have gone the way of the Bulldogs.
8:49 left to go in the fourth quarter. 24-0 is the lead for Creighton Prep. Single line formation, 2 wide receivers on the field. In Caden Russell at running back with Tony Caniglio still in at quarterback. 2 tight ends on the field as well. Caniglio under center. Gets a snap. The pitch on out to Russell. Russell turns on the Jets. He spins and will finally bring down by a host of blue jerseys. He'll pick up 2 yards on the carry. So 2nd down and 8 now for Creighton Prep. Caleb Kincaid and Carter Butterfield on the tackle. Now 2nd down and 8 with 8:27 left to go. Thank you again to our premier sponsors here for today, Sandhills State Bank, the most committed brand in banking with locations in North Platte, Ogallala, Grant, Juanita, and many more. Visit sandhillstate.com for a full list of services and locations. Still power I formation on the side of Creighton Prep. Caniglio up the middle to Caden Russell. Russell will try to spin his way forward. He'll get a solid gain of yet again 2, and we have a late flag coming, a super, super late flag on the far side. We might have unnecessary roughness, I believe, on the side of Creighton Prep.
Oh.
I saw a Bulldog go on the floor. Never mind. It's a face mask penalty for North Platte.
Oof.
That's going to be a first down for Creighton Prep.
Again, just if it could go against somebody tonight, it's gone against the Bulldogs. And not taken away from a great game played by Creighton Prep. But
a lot of
it's been tough.
Unforced errors for North Platte that's cost them, that have kind of been hidden underneath the victories that we've seen the last couple of weeks, all rearing its ugly head right here. So with 7:51 left to go here in the game, 3 wide receivers on the field with Caniglio in at quarterback, Caden Russell right next to Caniglio. Shotgun formation, it's second down and about 1 yard. As play clock finally gets started here. A lot of confusion on the field on the side of the Junior Jays. They might have to force a timeout.
Going to run as much time off as they can, I think, maybe.
They're going to, but the clock's not running following a penalty. So Caniglio steps back, looking to pass, short throw, and it's way over the head of his intended receiver, Eddie Schaefer.
Play clock almost down.
So Schaefer, the intended receiver from Caniglio, it's incomplete. The clock stops
weird.
once again.
I was obviously not looking, but it felt like they were trying to run the clock down, right?
Well, the clock did get started late in that play. It's 7:11 now left in the fourth quarter. Third down and a measly 1 yard for the Junior Jays. Caden Russell in at running back with Caniglio still at quarterback. Power I formation, 2 wide receivers on the field. Caniglio will look to the sidelines and get a play adjustment, but won't make that adjustment. Caniglio, the snap. Up the middle it goes to Russell. He'll get enough for the first down, and then a couple extra yards. That's a pickup of about 5 from Caden Russell. First down and a fresh set of downs for the side of Creighton Prep now. Quite a tough stint for the Bulldogs here defensively, specifically in the second half. Just been unable to find a 3 and out. Kind of just like a lot of, North Platte High School softball as well as the college softball that just struggle finding that final third out. Same here goes for the Bulldogs. Can't get off the field.
Yeah, I mean, they've got to be in 8 for 10 on third down conversions tonight. It's just been trouble for the Bulldogs and to the benefit of the Jays.
Single eye formation. Vendrell with the ball trying to push his way forward, and he'll fall down after a pickup of maybe 1 or 2. It's going to be 1 from Ezra Vendrell. So second down and 9 yards for Creighton Prep with the clock running. Now under 6:30 left to go in the fourth quarter. It's currently a 24-0 lead. Thank you again to our premier sponsors for today, CT Computer Services of North Platte, being your IT guy since 2005. Still in a quarterback, actually checking back in now, Tony Caniglio. Caden Russell still at running back. Trips formation. It goes over the head of Caniglio, picked up by Caden Russell. He's going to try to make do with what he's been given. That's going to be a huge loss of 20. And a late flag coming in, though.
Face mask again, I think,
we're looking at another face mask penalty. That was a very, very, very late flag towards the end of the play. Seeing what it's going to be. Officials still conferring at the 40-yard line. Still conferring. And here comes that call. Personal foul on the side of North Platte. A late frustration foul. What it would have turned into a huge kind of break for North Platte. Now just turning into even more trouble with a personal foul. That just erases the huge loss that the side of the junior Jays had. So now what would have been a long 20 yards now just makes it 3rd down and 15. Unbelievable.
I mean, the huge loss made it not so bad, but still, yeah.
Still painful. 3rd
be a
and
lot worse,
15. 3 wide receivers on the field. Caniglio in at shotgun with Caden Russell, the running back. 2 wide receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side. Caniglio just going to keep eating that clock away. 5:25 left to go in the ball game. Soon to be under 5 minutes, probably when the play gets officially run. Absolute heartbreaking for the Bulldogs to have such a strong season this year and then have mistakes ridden here in this game. Russell with some wide open daylight on the running back screen will get to the 15-yard line. That's a pickup, of about 7, maybe 8 yards on the completion. First completion for Caniglio in quite some time. It's now 4th down and 5 with Ford Hamilton to kick following the 7-yard pickup. As the Bulldogs trailing 24-0, maybe with a block here, could put some daylight in towards the end of this game. As Hamilton gets prepped and ready. The kick is up, and it's through the uprights, good on the field goal from Hamilton. It's now 27-0. We'll take a break here from Bauer Field. Bulldogs trailing 27-0 here in Class A playoff football. When we come back, FM 98.1, AM 1410 and live streaming, NorthPlattePost.com.
Your husband is pretty handy to have around. He makes the world's best mac and cheese. He's in the Tickle Monster Hall of Fame. And he can teach anyone how to throw strikes. But a busted pipe in a basement full of water?
Honey, I think we need a plumber.
Is a little out of his league. That's where a homeowner's policy from Shelter Insurance comes in handy. We'll help get your house back in order and your husband back to what he does best.
See me, Pete Volz, at 501 South Jeffers for a free insurance review.
Attention all hikers, hunters, mountain bikers, fishermen, and off-road enthusiasts. Tired of sleeping on the ground with no amenities? What
North
a trailer.
Platte Post Sports.
Welcome back to Bauer Field. Bulldogs trailing 27-0. Thank you again to our premier sponsors for today. Premier Toyota. Premier Toyota also offers Toyota Cares maintenance plans for all new Toyota's bought, as well as our premier video sponsor for today, Allo Communications. Check out allofiber.com for all the lists of Allo fiber options in your area. Hamilton's kick is a nice long one that's going to fly out the back of the end zone. And now with that, North Platte will take over after a turnover last possession, a fumble off of a big pickup from Caleb Kincaid, ended in a fumble. Now the Bulldogs, at this point, just trying to get something towards the start of next year. Maybe see some younger players check in. But we all know North Platte's not going to go down without a fight. Now at their 20-yard line. Johnson under center. Going to pitch it on out. Johnson still has it. He is blown up at around the line of scrimmage. As there seemed to be a little bit of confusion on the play. As that left Johnson just wide open. So now, back to the line of scrimmage it goes. 2nd down after the no gain from Caden Johnson. Actually, scratch that. Late adjustment. It seemed like a flag was thrown late in that call. It's now 1st and 10, 1st and 15 following the penalty. So now, here comes Johnson and the Bulldogs with 3:57, now 3:55 left to go on the clock. Johnson going to keep it and roll, looking to throw, throwing it across his body. What a great one-handed grab. Wow, what a play coming in from the freshly checked in Carson LaChapelle.
Wow, that was a heck of a catch by Carson.
One-handed. The young man getting some playing action.
OBJ.
And he OBJ'd it out of the air. A huge pickup for North Platte of 20 yards. Second completion of the day for Johnson, and some momentum back on their side with the pass. Johnson under center now in motion. Tilford steps back, looking to pass. Stepping up in the pocket. It collapses, and Johnson will take a sack. He'll lose 4 yards on that sack as the pocket just collapsed all around him. He's a little slow to get up, hobbling around a little bit, but looks okay. Loss of 5. It's 3:10 now left to go here in the third quarter. As Johnson and the Bulldogs looking to score here on the final drive, essentially maybe of their season. Johnson, play action, going to pitch it out to Brower. Has some daylight, 30, bounces to the outside. A late flag coming in. And then Brower got back to the original line of scrimmage, but a flag on the very far side of the field. That might be a holding or a crackback block. One of the two results in a penalty. Crackback being outlawed. We're trying to see, it looks most likely like a hold as the officials confer. Here comes the main official right now.
25, Logan Streeter checks into the ball game for the Bulldogs.
So Logan Streeter will check in for North Platte. Still waiting on that call, mighty long. Illegal block in the back on the side of the Bulldogs. So what was a 5-yard pickup from Brower now results in a 10-yard loss. So what was 2nd and 14 now 2nd down and 24. Nothing going the way of North Platte in this ball game. You can't even, just absolutely nothing, Scott Carlson. You couldn't.
Yeah, give us something, Lady Luck.
Johnson stepping back, looking to pass, throws it down the middle. Caleb Kincaid catches it. He then holds on to the ball, putting both hands around it to make sure he doesn't fumble. That's a pickup of 10, maybe 12 from Kincaid. Another completion from Caden Johnson. We'll get back to the original, almost close to the original line of scrimmage. Pickup of about 9. It's 3rd down and 17 for North Platte, with 2:08 left to go here in the ball game. Johnson under center. And they might get called an offsides on this play. That'll be an offsides, I believe, on Ezra Vedral. Got caught jumping early. And with that, free yardage for North Platte. Give them, there you go, Scott Carlson. You said it. And now they got something going their way.
Got a penalty.
Got a penalty. So now moving up 5 yards, it's now 3rd down and 12 for North Platte. 2 minutes and 1 second left to go here in the season. Johnson under center. Steps back, looking to pass. Good protection. He steps up in the pocket, evades the rusher, throws it down the sideline, caught by Caleb Kincaid at around the 44-yard line. A good chunk play of 10 to Kincaid. And with that, it's 4th down and maybe 1. Have to see where the spotting is. Maybe 4th and along 2. 4th down and 1 now for North Platte. Looking to get this first down. 1:22 left to go in the ball game. Johnson keeps it. He pitches it to Tilford, who cuts upfield. 45-50.
There you go.
40. 35-30, cuts back 25, still going, 20, stays in bound. Oh, the ball comes out.
My goodness.
Oh, no. Is it picked up by Creighton Prep? It is. Oh, and that is not what.
No.
Just when you thought it couldn't get any worse. Lady Luck may have smiled upon us, but she took it right away with another Bulldog fumble inside their own red zone. Just coming back, another fumble. That is their, get this, Scott Carlson, 4th fumble of the day,
man.
3rd one they've lost, and the 4th overall turnover for North Platte.
It was a worry for me coming into the game tonight. I talked to you about it this morning at the station. I talked about it we talked about it in the pregame show. It's just, Dogs have had trouble protecting that football.
They've just been able to get the victories and mask some of those troubles, but here it's all just come apart in the playoff, and they're going to take a knee, it looks like, inside of Creighton Prep. First knee comes down from quarterback Dean Donaldson. Oh, what a way to end this season. Everything was going the way of North Platte. Beating Omaha Westside, having their offense really start to trend in the right direction, even with the fumbles. Yeah. Then the last couple of games, you start to see some frays at the seam, a couple more fumbles, offense slowing down in the second and third quarter. And then here in the most crucial of times, the first round of the Class A playoff football, it all just comes apart. And with that, the last knee of the game, and Creighton Prep takes down North Platte High School here in a considerable seed upset. The 12 seed defeating the 6 seed 27-0.
Yeah, just tell you what, you knew Creighton Prep, a good team coming in. I mean, a good matchup, though, for the Bulldogs first round. Two teams that I think matched up pretty evenly. But it was just, I think, the tale of a couple things. Number one, what great line play by the Junior Jays. I mean, they just, both sides of the football, especially on the offensive side, there were huge holes. I mean, you and I could have run through some of those holes, Paxton, and got, 5-6 yards. And I'm a slow old dude. So it was, you got to give big credit to the offensive line, I think, of the Jays. And the turnovers. The turnovers just too much for the Dogs to overcome.
And that's the toughest part about this, because we've had games where the opposing team has had the much bigger offensive line and the more power. We've had a couple of games, Scotts Bluff, Omaha Westside, Norfolk, these types of games, but they just didn't have the huge amount of turnovers that cost the Bulldogs on every big play that they had. And unfortunately, that all just happened right here at the worst possible moment. Bulldogs fall 27-0. We'll take a break and come back to our quick stop post-game show. We come back, FM 98.1, AM 1410, and live streaming NorthPlattePost.com.
Let your friends at the UPS store help you out. You name it, the UPS store can handle it. It's a full printing store with custom printing, laminating, and personalized calendars. And the UPS store helps make document destruction easy. When it comes to office supplies, printing, packaging, shipping, incoming mail, and shredding, it's all in one place. Come see Melissa and her crew and let them handle it all for you. South of Walmart in North Platte.
Your health is nothing to fool with. That's why when supplies are important, you should trust no one but the best. Great Plains Home Care Equipment features full home care outfits. All of the items you or your loved one will need for rehabilitation, including oxygen and respiratory equipment, whether it's for staying at home or for moving around. Great Plains Home Care Equipment, 600 East Francis Street, Suite 6 in North Platte.
Your health is our mission. Great Plains Health.
Sandhills State Bank is a bank for Sandhillers. Families, entrepreneurs, teachers, nonprofits, farmers, nurses, contractors, ranchers, stylists, artists, retailers, professionals, outfitters, restaurateurs, mechanics. It takes all of us to make the Sandhills prosper, and Sandhills State Bank is here to help. Open an account today at sandhillstate.com/open or visit one of our 10 locations across the Sandhills to start growing the Sandhills together. Sandhills State Bank, member FDIC.
Now has never been a better time to get a jump start on your educational goals. Mid-Plains Community College has numerous educational opportunities to help you succeed. Whether you're looking to enhance your skills or just learn something new, MPCC can help you transform your future. The application for spring semester is now open. Schedule an appointment with an advisor today by calling 800-658-4308 or visit our website at mpcc.edu.
Larry's Glass would like to thank all of their valuable customers over the years for voting them #1 in glass replacement. Larry's Glass is a full-service glass company, from car windows and storefronts to custom-cut glass, mirrors, and more. If you need glass, Larry's Glass has you covered. They take pride in their work with professional installation and satisfaction guaranteed. Thank you for your patronage over the years and for voting them #1 in glass replacement. Larry's Glass on the corner of 5th and Vine, where they do glass and so much more.
Swift Auto Center.
You're listening to Bulldog Athletics with Swift Auto Center of North Platte on KWOQ North Platte, 1410 and FM 98.1.
It's the Quick Stop post-game wrap-up. Quick Stop never closes, with 24 locations open 24 hours a day.
Welcome into the Quick Stop post-game show. Bulldogs fall in the first round of Class A playoffs, 27-0 to Creighton Prep. Let's go through the Clear Eye Focus second half drive summary and game stats. It all started off with a huge 9-minute, 14-play drive from Creighton Prep that ended in a Ezra Vendrell 7-yard touchdown run that put up Junior Jays 17-0 with only 3 minutes left to go in the third quarter. Bulldogs then had an opportunity to bounce back, but unfortunately off of a pass attempt, Caleb Kincaid fumbled it around the 50-yard line and picked right back up by Creighton Prep. It was then a 9-play drive at their own 30, and it ended in a 17-yard Ezra Vendrell touchdown run with the field goal. Put Junior Jays up 24-0. Right back to the Bulldogs it goes. They fumble after 3 plays. That was their second lost fumble of this game. Their third fumble on the day, and it couldn't come at a worse time for the Bulldogs. Driving it down the field then on a 6-play drive was Creighton Prep. And then they kicked a field goal to go up 27-0. North Platte, with about 4 minutes left to go, had a chance to score a touchdown late in the game before, after a huge bust-up run from Colton Tilford, he fumbled at the Bulldogs' 20-yard line, recovered by the side of Creighton Prep. And that is how the game ends for North Platte, 27-0. That was our Clear Focus Eye Care drive summary and game stats. Clear Focus Eye Care, specializing in preventative eye care, dry eye treatment, and vision therapy. Schedule your appointment today. Scott Carlson, just everything that could go bad went bad in this ball game.
Yep, it did. It was just, not a good performance from the Bulldogs, and you felt really good coming into this. They finished the season strong, and I think the concerns that we had were the concerns that came to be tonight.
Yeah.
And that's a tough time stopping the running attack of the Junior Jays, and turnovers, man, just crucial times, and it seems like it's almost contagious. Once it happens to the Bulldog, it just keeps that. It's like a cramp. Just keeps coming.
Total turnovers, 3 fumbles, 1 interception, 5 potential turnovers, with 1 fumble being recovered by the side of the Bulldogs. The number 6 seed falls to the number 12 seed here in the first round of Class A playoff football, and it just ends in a heart-wrenching fashion. Just the turnovers finally caught up to North Platte, unable to fight off the last couple of weeks where it seemed like those fumbles might have cost them a couple of games. They were able to pull it out in the fourth quarter, unable to do so here. They fall to Creighton Prep 27-0, ending their season. It's so tough because you don't really know what to say at the time, because even if they didn't commit those fumbles, the Junior Jays just had so much domination right up front of the line of scrimmage. Coach talked in our pregame interview how tough that was going to be for his team and the Bulldogs today, facing off a much bigger opponent up front. But the Bulldogs have seen that already this season, just unfortunately not as of late.
Yeah, it was total domination in the trenches by Creighton Prep, and the Bulldogs just couldn't find an answer to it. And then defensively, you kept feeling like Brock Robley was they were gonna find a way to get Brock Robley going, and that never happened. Yeah. So I think whatever side of the ball you stand on tonight, it just was not the night for the Bulldogs.
And you can just maybe point to that struggle at the running attack just by a great defensive game plan from Creighton Prep, enacting a zone defense. We don't really see many zone defenses here in Class A. A lot of man-focused, and that's really where the Bulldogs have excelled. But Creighton Prep went to a zone, and they didn't bite on any of those pitch-outs, except for that one early in the first half. Other than that, they just locked it down on the perimeter and really, really forced North Platte to get out of its comfort zone. They had some good passing plays all throughout the game, sprinkling in here and there, but overall the Bulldog way that we've seen all throughout this season just couldn't get it done.
Yeah, just and again, I was confident for a while. 10-0 though. Even at 10-0, it kind of felt like, gosh, dang it! I just
it's gonna be tough, big uphill battle.
I feel like even 10-0 feels huge right now. And you thought maybe the Dogs were going to get some points on the board there right at the end of the first half. Didn't happen, and it was just it was not a night where you felt good at any point.
That massive 9-minute drive was probably the nail through the heart if you had to point somewhere, because coming out of halftime, they needed a quick stop so that they could maybe get something going offensively to turn it around. But the fact that Creighton Prep went on that massive 14-play, 9-minute drive really took all the wind out of the North Platte Bulldogs' sail. And with that, we'll step away. We come back to our coaches and USC head coach Kurt Altig making his way up when we come back here, FM 98.1, AM 1410, and live streaming NorthPlattePost.com.
Lies in the Westfield Shopping Center has a large selection of books, calendars, planners, gift items, and cards. With the weather cooling down, now's a great time to start a new book. Bible Supplies has a variety of books for all ages, including adults. Keep your home festive with seasonal home decor. You can even pick up some new faith-based socks and shirts. Get a head start on the holidays with personalized gifts and cards. While you're there, get your planners and calendars for the upcoming year at Bible Supplies in the Westfield Shopping Center.
At Bible Supplies.
Growing up, my parents always encouraged me to do what's right, even if it wasn't easy. I'd always hear my mother's voice say, "Do the right thing." That stuck with me. Every day, just do the right thing. That's it. The rest takes care of itself.
At Shelter Insurance, we believe in doing the right thing for our customers and our communities.
Find me, Brent Rogo, at 502 East Francis.
With 35 years of professional service, JC's Auto Wash provides that fast and efficient service to keep your car clean. This fall, protect your investment with the original soft cloth wash and hand dry that JC's Auto Wash prides themselves on. Have you gotten your oil changed recently? Don't forget the Quick Lube at JC's, offering the fastest oil change in North Platte. Make it your one-stop shop. Oil change and get your car cleaned up before Old Man Winter shows up. JC's Auto Wash on the corner of G and Dewey in North Platte. 35 years strong.
Sandhill State Bank is a bank for Sandhillers. Families, entrepreneurs, teachers, nonprofits, farmers, nurses, contractors, ranchers, stylists, artists, retailers, professionals, outfitters, restaurateurs, mechanics. It takes all of us to make the Sandhills prosper, and Sandhill State Bank is here to help. Open an account today at sandhillstate.com/open or visit one of our 10 locations across the Sandhills to start growing the Sandhills together. Sandhill State Bank. Member FDIC.
North Platte Post Sports.
Welcome back here, Bauer Field. Bulldogs fall to Creighton Prep 27-0. Coach Altig still making his way up on here to the press box. I see him now working his way on up to the field. It's heartbreaking. There's no words that can really describe, unfortunately, how this went. We could say all season, maybe they would get rid of all the defects that we saw early on in the year, kind of slowly get weaned away. But the turnovers just continued to be a problem. And Coach talked about how it wasn't a problem of them securing the football and getting it poked away mid-run. It was just the easy catch and pitches, the quarterback to running back exchanges that really, pushed the Bulldogs to their limit. And here tonight, it just all seemed to come to a head.
Yeah, it was, and we've seen this team deal with some adversity this season, and like you and I were talking about, they've kind of found a way to get themselves enough of a lead to where the mistakes haven't really, been detrimental, at least in the games where they've come out on top. They've been detrimental in some of them where they haven't. You go back to Kearney. I hate to keep going back to Kearney.
But that's really where.
That's where you really saw, ooh, man, this is a problem. This wasn't just a fluke. They're having some issues protecting the football, and it was just tonight, the night where you kind of saw everything happen that
exploding come to a head. As here comes head coach Kurt Altig into the press box. Again, Scott Carlson talked about it. All just came to a head. It finally reared its ugly face in the worst possible way. Coach Altig joining us here. Coach, we talked about in the pregame show how big turnovers were going to be in this game all season. You know, it was kind of masked with some huge plays and some big fourth quarters, but today it just seemed to all fray apart at the seams, really at the worst possible moment.
We've talked about it all year about, penalties and turnovers, and, when you get into playoff football or even play against good teams and you're negative in the turnovers and penalties, bad things are going to happen. And, I put that on myself. Our coaching staff does a great job. We came up with good game plans and kind of, shot ourselves in the foot a few of these games.
It was, and still overall a strong season, even though the ending wasn't as sweet as you were hoping for. First half was really close. No team really was really finding its footing other than that first drive for Creighton Prep. And then going into halftime, only trailing by 12, still had that opportunity to come out. What you tell your guys going into half to at least still keep them motivated? I say motivated because playoffs is always a motivation, but still let them know, hey, it's not the end of the world.
We came out and executed kind of defensively what we wanted to do right away, and then it just seemed like every time we would hold them, we'd have an untimed penalty, a penalty that would just kill us. We couldn't get ourselves off the field, and they're a really good team. They're very well coached. They have some dudes up front, and they were real physical. To start off with, we weren't necessarily matching their physicality, and they had a great game plan. They kind of stymied our offense, and they played Bulldog football on the Bulldogs.
Yep, they did. So defensively, you talked about it. They went with a very heavy zone approach. We see a lot more man coverage in terms of defensive approaches, and that really negated the outside run and really forced you to, hey, try to run it up the middle, and that in and of itself wasn't as effective as you were probably hoping for.
They have, again, hats off to them. They have some great players, and they had some really big D tackles in there, and we were just having a hard time with them, and they kind of stymied our offense, and then our defense couldn't get off the field.
While the game here, it didn't end. The season ended probably not the way you wanted. Overall, pretty successful first year for you as head coach. 6-4 on the year, making it into the playoffs officially as your head coach. 3 straight playoff appearances. Overall, how proud are you of this team for the effort after coming off on a tough first week, losing to Papillion La Vista, but bouncing back immediately?
One thing that we can all, and I told these guys at the end that we can hang our hats on, is that these guys, they'll fight to the end, and it wasn't all that long ago when that wasn't necessarily the case. And as a senior out here, they're always going to remember this game. But one thing we talked about, a little over a month ago, we kind of shocked the state, and that'll be something that they'll remember, and our community will remember, and realize that, hey, North Platte football isn't too far away from being really, really good. And we proved that night we can play with about anybody, but you gotta come out and you gotta compete and you gotta put yourselves in positions to be successful every game. Tonight we didn't do what we were supposed to do.
Now, as the season is coming to a close, Fred, your first season officially also coming to a close. Off-season game plan that you have prepared, even though it's just a couple of minutes off the field, what you got already cooking up in that brain?
Right now, we're just going to kind of take one day at a time. Obviously we had worked on our game plans and everything for next week. So right now we're going to take a little time, go back, reflect a little bit on some games and, find areas next year that we can, clean some things up. So when we get into the playoffs and we make this run, we can make sure that we're taking advantage of the other team instead of the other way around.
Now, Coach, before I let you go, it is now time for our Ameriprise Financial Money Player of the Game. But normally it comes to one player, but we're just going to put it all to the entire senior classes again, shocking the entire state of Nebraska with that Omaha West Side victory. And then all throughout the year when times look dire, specifically in fourth quarters, being down the last 2 games, bouncing back and putting the leadership those seniors had on their backs to carry this team. Any words that you had left to go for those seniors before they depart to their next adventure?
You know what? They were a great group of seniors. Not only are they good football players, but they're just good kids in general. They're kids that I'm honored to have been able to coach. They're good dudes. A lot of them have some more football left in them. We're going to miss them a lot, but this year we also got a ton of young kids, a lot of experience. So, we'll miss those guys, but, when we start looking towards next year, we got a pretty good foundation that we're going to build on. Obviously, we have some big holes to fill, but I think we have some guys that are willing to step up and try and take on the challenge.
That was our Ameriprise Financial Money Players of the Game. When Money Matters talked to Marshall Doty and Mark Tillman, Ameriprise Financial Advisors in North Platte, Nebraska, about professional financial services. Ameriprise Financial Incorporated, member FINRA and SIPC. Coach, again, thank you so much for coming on up here in great seasons. Just personally for me, again, both of us coming in here for our first season. You couldn't have asked for any better way, even though it didn't end on the strongest of notes. Thank you so much for coming up here every single week.
Hey, thank you very much. I appreciate you having me.
Thank you so much. Now, that was our head coach's interview, brought to you in part by Willow Creek Embroidery. New location, new owners. Check out Robert and the crew at 1620 East 4th Street. We'll come back more with the closing moments of our Quick Stop pregame here, FM 98.1, AM 1410, and live streaming NorthPlattePost.com.
We're always open right around the corner. Quick Stop.
Save money at the pump at Quick Stop with the DinoPay app. DinoPay offers contactless payment using your preferred debit or credit card. The savings add up with 12 cents per gallon and even more on Tuesdays and Thursdays with rollbacks for savings of 15 cents per gallon. Huge savings. The Sinclair DinoPay saving you at the pump. Don't forget Frazzle Gourmet slushes and for real shakes and smoothies. Gourmet coffee at everyday low prices on your favorite beers.
Are you in the market for a new or pre-owned car, truck, or SUV? Look no further than Bill Summers Ford, Honda, Nissan, Lincoln for your next vehicle. Look online 24/7 at BillSummers.com. Bill Summers is Western Nebraska's leasing headquarters, and they have aggressive financing to get you into the vehicle you've been dreaming of. Check out all the inventory at BillSummers.com anytime. Bill Summers Ford, Honda, Nissan, Lincoln, where families are our business. Highway 83 and Walker Road in North Platte, and online 24/7 at BillSummers.com.
North Platte Post Sports.
Welcome back here. Bauer Field Bulldogs fall to Creighton Prep 27-0. That'll do it here for our coverage. Again, thank you to our post-game sponsor, Quick Stop, all throughout the season being there, and all of our premier sponsors, Another Round / River's Edge, Dave's Place, Sandhill State Bank, CT Computer Services, Premier Toyota, and Allo Communications, and many, many others. Look on our scroll on our YouTube page. Thank you to all of them for supporting not just us, but this spectacular team and this great season that we had this year. Scott Carlson and myself, that'll do it here for Bulldog football this season, but that's not the end of our season.
Tomorrow.
We are going to Columbus for championship game in Region 9 as North Platte Community College takes on Central Community College and the Raiders. I see you over there in Central. So we'll see you all there. 3 o'clock is first serve. Our Quick Stop pregame at 2:50. It is now time for our Eeks Office Solutions final box score, a 27-0 victory for Creighton Prep. The box score is sponsored by Eeks Office. For copies, furniture, or janitorial supplies, think Eeks. And visit Eeks.com. We'll see you all tomorrow for North Platte Community College Volleyball here on FM 98.1, AM 1410, and live streaming NorthPlattePost.com.
You've been listening to the Dogs on FM 98.1 and 1410.